Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Canadian Intercollegiate Exhibition. We are here. I am Karthik, and I am joined with my amazing co-partner caster, Divine Muffin.
How's it going, Karthik? I hope everyone in the stream is doing well. And yeah, so today is day 2 of the League of Legends tournament of CIE. And yesterday we started with 16 teams. Now we're down to the top 8. Today we're going to be seeing the best of 1 first off. And yeah, they're battling for a piece of the $1,000 prize pool for a podium finish.
Yeah, let's talk about these two teams first. First of all, we got the UW Warriors. They've had a crazy run through the round robin group stage, going 3-0. Basically just a cakewalk to get into the top 8.
Yeah, Inexhaustible in the top lane, Onan in the jungle, Plex mid, UW Scrim, ADC, and Callum Coy rounding it out in support. This group of 5 has been playing together for quite some time now. Karthik and I happen to have been students of University of Waterloo, so we're quite familiar with these players. And yeah, they're a formidable team of 5.
Yeah, and on the other side, they're going to be facing York University Black, and that group was just a completely different story. I think there was a 3-way tie for first, but York U making it out by, I think, shorter game time, but they are here, and they are here to make their place in this top 8.
Yeah, in this bracket, they're the underdogs coming in as the 8th seed against Waterloo, as we mentioned, being the 1st seed, but Sad Mad Red in the top lane, keep Keventer in the jungle, Shibaka ADC, Temtem support, and rounding out the mid lane. Sorry, I actually can't see his name there, but excuse me. Stem in the mid lane, excuse me. Yeah, they're going to be the underdog story in this matchup. Again, it's a best of 1, so anything can happen. Even if they have come in not expected to win, they can definitely show some of their stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah, and as a reminder, this is just going to be a best of 1, so anything can happen. One team can surprise the others, and just looking at those characters on the side of York U Black, just straight away, I want to see some spice in the draft, try and catch Waterloo off guard. We saw Waterloo doing very traditional picks that they like to see. Like, this might be just like a Zeri meta for them this tournament. We'll have to see what ends up happening.
We're on patch 14.9, so this is one after the MSI draft, if anyone's following MSI. The meta is not exactly defined per se, as there's not a ton of professional play going on this patch. So yeah, I'm hoping to see some of those more pocket picks, more comfort picks that, like you mentioned, maybe something a bit spicy that will be throwing the other team off guard. And yeah, otherwise we might just see Azir Corki for the 5th time.
Yeah, and with that, let's go right into this draft. Hope for some spicy picks here, and I like to see the Senna panned out right away so we get some more spicy picks on the board.
Yeah, just worth mentioning that Waterloo, as the higher seed, did get side selection, so they did opt for the blue side, which has been largely considered the stronger side throughout this new season, League of Legends Season 24, or Season 14, excuse me, actually. But as you said, the ban's not too special at the moment. These are a lot of the priority champions we've been seeing, both throughout this tournament and at MSI as well.
Yeah, and we've seen Skarner have a huge prevalence after that rework, so Waterloo probably going to ban that out, as well as Oriana with just the stable mid presence that can work with a lot of different drafts.
And interesting to see the 3 bot lane spans as well, both Varus, Ashe, targeting Waterloo's bot lane, which has often been their winning point, I suppose, their strong suit. However, UW Scrim notably is the Warriors' not to say a substitute ADC here, so still targeting him, and he's actually going to get the first pick regardless.
Yeah, and because you see a lot of those lane prio ADCs like Varus and Ashe gone from this draft, Jinx has the, I guess, the ability to survive that laning phase. There are a few things like Lucian Nami or Draven and some like engaged support lanes that could catch them off guard. So let's see if York U tries to take that laning phase win, because Jinx, you don't want to see her scale up.
I'd love to see a Lucian Nami. We've seen that it is making a comeback. It was played many times at MSI, and especially into such a safe pick like Jinx. If you want to try to blow the game open through bot side, you're prioritizing it with these 2 bans, then you want to make sure that your bot lane ideally comes out on top. And we're going to see the Aphelios hover, which is not a champion that's been too popular for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, it looks like they want to go ahead and actually match the scaling with the Aphelios. I think he takes a little bit longer to get online, but once he gets his damage items in there, he can supply so much damage in the fights. And we see the Lee Sin. Always love to see this jungler. You can make so many cool things happen, especially when there's an immobile ADC like Jinx to just hit second tier team.
Yeah, Lee Sin going to Kavender in the jungle. I would love to see some spicy plays. Again, not a spicy pick in itself in terms of the meta. It's been played many times at MSI already. However, yeah, if he can make the plays happen, it's going to be exciting to see nonetheless.
Yep, and with Jinx, Milio is such a great support to get that range extension, get the safety with her, and Ari, a brilliant blind pick coming out here, can pretty much play it into anything, and she's so popular with the early agency that she can bring, which is really needed when right now your draft is so skill heavy.
Notably, Ari did see some slight nerfs in patch 14.9, which we are live on. It did see a lot of presence in pro play before that. Players such as Top Esports Knight was absolutely crazy on the Ari, so deserved the nerfs. Nonetheless, Plex picked it for himself, saying that it's not going to affect him too much. And like you said, Milio with the Cozy Campfire and the Jinx Rockets can just hit from so far away.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer is Yasuo here. A really good lane matchup into the Ari because he can block so many of her abilities, and Lee Sin Yasuo just such a great combo too because you're able to just instant the Yasuo ult off the Lee Sin ult. Really cool combo to see them come out, and I think Yasuo is actually shown as the top laner and the favorite champion, so it is technically a flex pick that can come around, and they'll probably hold that till the end of their draft too.
Very excited to see the Yasuo. Like you said, Sad Mad Bread does enjoy playing Yasuo, so we're unsure if this will be going top or mid. But again, super spicy pick that's not exactly meta at the moment, so I'd like to see that they're digging into their comfort and just picking something that they know they can perform on.
Yep, and now rounding out the bans here, Waterloo going to be looking to get some supports off the table while some top laners taken away from York-U. So it might really just be that Yasuo top lane because the Poppy Camille, both good matchups into that Yasuo, being straight away taken from the board here.
I love the Poppy pick here. That Keeper's Bird or that Vanguard is just so good against both Lee Sin and Yasuo stopping the dashes. So great ban away from York-U, and Blitzcrank from the side of Warriors again. Not a super popular pick in pro play, and also to be paired with Aphelios, usually you like something like Lulu, an enchanter, to buff him up. But I like that they don't want to be able to lose to a random hook, given that they're trying to play at range.
Yeah, it was interesting that you did ban the Lulu. Usually that's like the nice support that you want to enchant the Aphelios with, but it's gonna be the Gragas. These guys are going for the Wombo combo special here, and that's also another flex pick, right? The Gragas can be top, the Yasuo can be top. They can choose what lanes they want after seeing what Waterloo pick up over these next few picks.
Yeah, it really feels like they're all inning a bit on the Yasuo to carry. The Gragas Yasuo, as you said, a very popular combo alongside Yasuo Lee Sin already, so having all three is just so much setup. I'm really hoping that I'm thinking that this Gragas is probably going to go top lane. It can also be flexed into support. It's really difficult to say at this moment. And Volibear is going to be the answer from Warriors, which should be, actually, could also be a flex pick in itself.
Yeah, it can have that really big tanky build in the top lane. And jungle, it really gives you that early priority to actually contest Lee Sin on these early game objectives too. But with the Jax coming out, honestly, that's another flex too, right? Jax jungle, we've seen it a lot here and there. I believe Team Liquid MT getting the pentakill with it in playoffs too. And it's, of course, always a Terra in the top lane. But Inexhaustive might have to go back to the classic Aatrox that we see him pull out time and time again, which means probably the Volibear jungle going out here. A really strong early game with Volley, Ari, and the Aatrox here.
Inexhaustive's Aatrox making it through the ban phase. I'm not sure if York-U did the research on whether or not they could handle it, or they just didn't realize that he loved it. But Inexhaustive Aatrox is an absolute menace to be facing. So yeah, hopefully they have an answer for that. I'm assuming at this point, given that they're hovering supports, Gragas will be going top lane, unless it's an AP Gragas mid. But Gragas does fare decently into Aatrox if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I like to see the Thresh coming out here. You can see they're kind of debating between the Thresh and the Lulu, but I think the Thresh just has so much value here with the Bear, the Aatrox, and Ari running at you. Having the Lantern and the Flay and the ult for safety is really going to be great. If Aphelios can get that peel and actually free hit in the fight, he can put out so much damage.
Peel indeed is the thing they needed to round out their comp, but the other three likely diving the backline. That Aphelios would be all on his lonesome otherwise. So yeah, loving the Thresh pick, and also with great disengage onto the Aatrox and Volibear, who might be running in. And yeah, so that will be the final draft as we hopefully get into game in just a few minutes. So what are you thinking, Karthik? What are you trying to eliminate any bias here? Who do you like better on the draft?
Yeah, honestly, both drafts have pretty similar identities here. You kind of have that scaling bot lane with the top side being more aggressive, getting that early game priority here. And honestly, I really like the draft from York-U. The spiciness with the Yasuo, Lee Sin, and Gragas that's coming out. Waterloo, they're kind of dependent on this Jinx unless the Ari gets super ahead. You can throw a Gragas barrel out of her from 1,000 range away. They easily hit her and get the Yasuo ult and just dive onto her. And I forget, does Milio ult work on knockups?
It does not. So the Breath of Life only works. Yeah, it will not be able to cleanse that knockup. It will be able to cleanse the Thresh hook, but honestly, that's largely the usage getting out then, I guess, as well as Gravitum's root. Yeah, Milio picked very early, mostly for the Cozy Campfire at this point. I'm not sure if York purposely drafted around it, but like you said, not too much CC otherwise to be cleansing.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, I think York should be able to get onto Waterloo's backline better than Waterloo can get onto Aphelios. And honestly, looking back at it, an Exhausted Aatrox is a bit of a terror to deal with, especially with, like, you got Lee Sin, Yasuo, Gragas, all these short-range characters coming in. So if that Jinx gets wiped out of teamfights, it may be up to him to try and carry. But it'll definitely be a spicy game. I think both teams drafted excellently here.
I think the critical point of this game is going to be that first 10-15 minutes, which might go without saying. But even though both teams have scaling ADCs, I think winning the lanes is so critical for this Lee Sin, Yasuo, and Gragas. If they fall behind, even if they hit their combos, they might just not even have the damage to kill Waterloo through their tankiness and through Milio. So it's really key that York does not fall too far behind and ideally just gets ahead.
Yeah, and I think having Volibear in that jungle, he's just so strong early, and it's so easy to follow up off of his stun with like the RE charm or the Aatrox going in, that York will have to play fairly carefully, even though they have technically some early game with the Lee Sin. Like you said, if Waterloo can stay up in that early game, get ahead, and not let this Yasuo snowball with the knockup combos, then I think the game should be theirs.
And again, as you mentioned, this is Onat on the Volibear, who is in fact an current and former NACL player. He's an extremely good jungler and definitely the player that is going to, I guess, change the pace of the game for both Waterloo and the entire map as a whole. So this Volibear facing the Lee Sin, I'm not entirely sure who wins early on, but Volibear will definitely have some great movement.
Yeah, I think if they do meet up, it is pretty difficult for Lee Sin to out-duel the Volibear unless he has some really creative juice to dodge out the E, try and time out the Q, and if he can use his mobility to his advantage, then Lee Sin can come out on top. But as usual with Lee Sin, it all comes down to that execution. If you're creative, if you're amazing with the Lee Sin mechanics, you can make anything happen.
If you were to be in this game and you had to pick one of the champions to be playing, which matchup would you want for yourself?
Ooh, I think the exciting one's probably got to be the Yasuo. I think you can make a lot happen in this game, and I think you need to be proactive with the two. You cannot just sit and scale for the entire game. And but laning phase is always really fun. You can play really aggressive against the RE as long as the wind wall is up too. So it'll be exciting to keep your eye on the mid lane, see what Yorku can pull out, see if they can get that lane advantage. If Yasuo can get the push, if his ult is up, he can get some nice roams off and really get his team ahead. That would be good to see.
Yeah, Yasuo has been an interesting champion in Season 14, so with the change of very much expanding out the mid lane, making it a lot more spacious, he has a lot more room to, I guess, walk around within the lane. That said, the minions still will just walk in a straight line, so him trying to dash through and trying to make use of the space against Plex is probably going to be key in the matchup. Again, unless you said a jungler intervenes with the 1v1.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think Yasuo is good pick into RE purely in the laning phase, but after that, RE's a lot easier to execute. You just have so much more mobility to try and get the pick. So if he doesn't get ahead, like you said, even if they do get the knockouts, maybe Yasuo will just die after he goes in. So my eyes are on the mid lane for this, so I'll have to see who gets ahead in that early game.
And again, this is Yorku's stem on the Yasuo, so not Sad Mad Bread, who said his favorite character was Yasuo. Unfortunately, he is on Gragas duty top lane. So yeah, we're not sure. We're not too familiar with Stem's gameplay on Yasuo, but I'm definitely hoping that it's something, putting up a good fight.
Yeah, and speaking about the Gragas too, right? It's Aatrox can get going in these team fights, but in that solo lane, the Gragas actually, if he gets some good poke off and just doesn't completely fight the Aatrox, he can get some good leads. He has pretty good wave clear and try and get the prio to try and help out with maybe getting these grubs that come up pretty early. I think getting the advantage on these grubs should be pretty important so that you can play for those side lanes with the Yasuo as well. So I think both teams should be trying to fight for the grubs here.
I agree. Grubs are definitely going to be critical early on, with both bot lanes, I guess, playing more reserved, not guaranteed who's going to get the push. Playing for Dragon will definitely be more of a dynamic adjustment during the game.
Yeah, exactly. And bot lane should just be a scaling fiesta, right? It's just Jinx and Aphelios. Maybe we're going to see a few culls coming out. Thresh can look for some spicy picks, but Milio is a pretty good master of disengage here, so it should just be a farm fest. We'll see who can accumulate more CS by the 10-minute mark. That'll be the crazy thing to see.
And just hearing we will be jumping into the game soon enough. And yeah, these teams are battling it out. Again, this is the top 8, best of 1. The winner of this will go on to face the winner between Guelph Griffins and Western, and that will be the semifinals.
Yeah, this is that best of one, so anything can happen. Seeds, they go out of order here. Like, if you can just win that one game, doesn't matter if the enemy team is like first seed or anything like that. As now we're going to be getting right into it. Waterloo Warriors versus York University Esports.
You can see both teams onto the Rift. Just an average 5 point to start it out. Nothing too exciting going to come too early. And yeah, notably that Sawashi on the Yasuo mid. I may have said Stem before, but yeah, the mid laner for Yorkie will be Sawashi on Yasuo.
Yeah, and should just be a good old standard 5 points and emote spam coming out here. No too crazy like hook invades coming out, but I think Waterloo is gonna go for the Raptors, where that we like to really see where that Lee Sin starts, see where he's gonna be pathing towards. It's gonna be on the red instead of the Raptors here.
And nothing too much to know when you're looking at summoner spells across the board items, notably that Onat did not buy a pot while Kevender did. It was very popular early on in this season to not buy a potion as jungler, so not sure if Kevender is planning to fight early, maybe trying to trade some HP off. But yeah, otherwise, I don't think anything is too exciting happening. Oh, both junglers are starting on their top side.
Yeah, both junglers going to be pathing down here towards their bot side, so maybe we'll get to see a little fight for that scuttle. As in this mid lane too, it's I think both characters can really just play for the prio based on if they use the spells for the wave or try and hitting the other characters. Getting prio both mid and bot should be important for who gets this first scuttle coming up. We'll have to see if any like three camp ganks end up going on. Volibear has really good level 3 ganks, so as soon as he gets that stun with the E, we see bot lane level 2 is obtained by Waterloo. So they're gonna push York out of this wave here and get that prio right away.
Oh, great play by Plex to trade some HP, so he's going to dash in, but it's not going to prime too much, probably. Onat's onto his Raptors now, and they did get a ward down on that, so they know he's there. Kevender on his own Raptors, and like you said, there is an opportunity for a level 3 gank, but again, given that they know where both junglers are, I doubt it's going to happen.
Yeah, it was, I believe, Sawashi who did the ward there, and they know exactly where Volibear is, what he's done, where he's going to go next. So, excellent ward there. They know Volibear's tapping bot.
Top side, trading some HP, but I imagine they're both on their own little island, playing out this 1v1. Inexhausted with the Dorn's Shield, so playing things a bit more passively in the lane. That said, Sad Mad Bread still taking some good damage and forced to drink his 1 out of 2 potions. Onat finishing red now, looking to walk into the river first, or maybe look for a gank on mid.
Yeah, he's trying to skip the camp, get the prio early, and gonna try and look on a Yasuo. The passive shield is actually burnt out here, so he's on a pretty good timing. Maybe when Yasuo goes to the minion,
waits for the wind wall to expire. Here he comes. He's gonna hit the flash. The charm's gonna be chained onto it. There's no way for Sawashi to get out after he gets stunned up, and that's first blood over to Plex.
Yeah, and just like that, that was beautifully played. Plex made sure to get the auto to get the shield out of the Yasuo, and as soon as he walked up for that minion, he sees a bear running at him from the bushes, and first blood for Waterloo.
Fortunately, Sawashi has TP, so he'll get back to pick up this wave, no problem. And he did also save Flash, not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, once Onat got within Flash and she just pulled the trigger instantly, I'm not sure if Sawashi thought he could react to it, or maybe preemptively windwall the charm. It's not enough. That said, Kevender does get the bot scuttle for himself while Onat heads top.
Yeah, and that's the power of the Volibear, right? If you have the flash, you can put down the storm right before you go in, and the E damage is really just undodgeable. The Yasuo, he didn't really have a chance to burn his flash either, he just died.
Yeah, you'd have to have done it preemptively, which, I mean, I would not have done that myself, so I can respect him for that play regardless. And yeah, both junglers just back and reset. Top lane still just trading HP. Sad Mad Red notably drank both his potions now. Onat still has, or excuse me, Inexhaustive still has his.
Yeah, Inexhaustive really showing the proficiency with his character, getting some really good trades against the Gragas, but we do see Kevender moving up towards the top lane, but I believe he did get spotted on Vision, as look at that top river Vision. There's 3 wards littered around, and Waterloo is just so safe for Inexhaustive in the top side.
Yeah, oh, he's actually going in for the kill. He's going to get it with the flash. It's going to be off camera, but he's going to get the solo kill onto Sad Mad Bread, both of them burning flash. Inexhaustive's Aatrox just once again showing us why it's one of his best picks and often banned.
Yeah, we could talk about what's good into the Gragas or anything, but Inexhaustive is like, give me the Aatrox, I'm going to win lane. Look at the insane CS lead that he has already. He's really showing his proficiency with the character, and that's huge to get your top lane onto that early lead. It's going to bode so well for the growth that are going to be coming up.
We're going to get the replay out now because he hits the Infernal Chains. The pull's not going to get there. But yeah, I'm not sure actually how this goes down. So I guess Sandman Bread is pretty low HP. Exhaustive, very healthy. Just dancing around the minions for now. He's going to hit the Q1 into the Q2. Q3 as well, and then Sandman Bread flashes, but then it's too late at that point, getting hit by all 3 Qs, and Inexhaustive flashes for the kill with the auto. Just great play by him, and Sandman Bread not respecting the knockups and the damage.
Yeah, he just does a great job of hitting the sweet spot on all the Qs. Sandman Bread not using his flash to dodge any of the damage, so it just ends up going down. And he's even gone for like the tier on his back too, so this Gragas is not going to be that threatening for a little while.
Yeah, his goal at this point is probably just to staunch the bleeding enough, because he's already low HP again on the on just about 500 HP with no pods. Onat taking the advantage of the priority to take the grubs while Lee Sin is trying to take Dragon.
Yeah, the good old objective trade coming out in the early game. While they're going to be getting the 3 grubs while Commander picks up the Mountain Dragon. He got the prio in the bot lane for him, so it should be no issue for him to get that.
I'm sure both teams are relatively happy with this trade. Waterloo with while they're ahead trying to push the pressure with grubs, while Yorkview trying to play catch up with the dragon and the scaling potential. Yeah, notably Shiba-kun on the Aphelios is actually up quite a bit of CS on UW Scrim here.
Yeah, just I think through pure wave management and getting those last hits, he's gotten a pretty good lead so far. If he does keep it up, that'll be a pretty good win condition for them going ahead. But right now, Inexhaustive, he's doing so much damage to the Gragas. I think Gragas is at the point where like you cannot walk up for a single CS, so and it's slowly going to be freezing against him. So this is those desperate top lane times that you hear about in solo queue.
Yeah, I was wrong to say that this might have been a bit of an island or a slow match up top. Sadmad Bread just trying to nurse his wounds, using his passive to heal up while he can and pick up whatever CS Inexhaustive allows him to. But like you said, it really is at Inexhaustive's mercy.
Yeah, but to be honest, if there is a champion that you can do stuff from behind with, ooh, you can see they're trying to go for a play, but Emilio gets a soccer ball onto him, gets him away, but now the squad is coming down for the dive.
Both Yasuo and Lee Sin are here. They know that though, so they're looking for the dive. The chompers are gonna miss. Swashi actually sidesteps. He's gonna dash in onto Scrim. Scrim heals early on. Count Koi heals early on to try to get away. He's gonna hit the 2-man knockback, hit the last breath. It's gonna hit on the both. They're both gonna flash out. Lee Sin with the keep though. It's not enough Scrim. Oh my god. The keep with the Yasuo is gonna finish him off into the turret. Calm Koi's not running for his life. Sawashi, he's taking turret. He's gonna go down, which means 1 kill traded back to Emilio, but the other kill, 2 kills for the side of Yorkview as Onat trying to respond top of the dive.
Yep, that Gragas is dead. Inexhaustive gets the 2nd kill, but I want to point out the crazy Yasuo mechanics from Sawashi there. He hits the knockup onto both of them for the ulti, and the Legion kick, I thought he might have just fluffed it a little bit by taking them out 1 out HP, but he gets the... I don't know if it's called the Beyblade or the Keyblade. Yeah. He spins onto them, gets the flash to get the kill, and it is Emilio who ends up getting the kill onto the Yasuo too, so brilliantly played on the bot side. But on the other hand, instantly crossplay answer from Waterloo.
This is the definition of a split map. 2 kills on the Aatrox means he's going to be scaling up like a storm. That said, the 1 kill onto Sawashi along with the assist, great play by him, like you said. Bot lane, means that he's got some gold for himself and maybe Flex is on the back foot now.
Yeah, and I think this is such a good game for Aatrox too. Other than the Aphelios, there isn't too much range on the side of Yorkview to try and punish and kite out the Aatrox, so he can just go to town with his ult in these fights and really just end Yorkview's world.
Noticing something about the build here is that Kavendra and Lee Sin actually went Yomu's Ghostblade, which I don't believe is too common. Normally you see more of a Bruiser style with maybe Eclipse, Sundered Sky, Cleaver, those kinds of items, but he opts for the lethality on Yomu's Ghostblade. Trying to go for the assassination, I suppose.
This is because of the new patch that's come in, but we'll talk a bit about that first as you come to gank.
Kavender's looking for the mid lane. Spike's gonna dash up. He's gonna hit this resonating strike. Kavender's gonna dash. He's gonna get charmed up immediately though. Spike's gonna get out. He has another dash on his ultimate still. He's trying to trade back damage. Kavender's in range though. Onat's gonna save him. He's gonna flash it. He's gonna get on the stun on the Kavender. Kavender's low tree. He's gonna war top over to the red. He's gonna live, but no, his Q's gonna get out of place. And that's just so much damage with Yomu's Ghostblade. Last breath on the Onat means he's caught out now with no ultimate. He's all alone. Sadmad Red's here to cover. And that's gonna be the kill over to Sadmad Red, the first of his. Oh, Inexhaust's gonna ult and go in with the ult, and he's gonna get the kill on Sawashi. Now can he finish off Sadmad Red as well? Sadmad Red still has flash, and Inexhausted does not. Kavender here to cover actually, notably this whole time. He's gonna hit the kill to Inexhausted. He's gonna hit the resonating sight, and it's gonna be enough damage to take Inexhausted down. And in the end, Yorkview comes out on top on that play after a long skirmish.
Yeah, beautiful play. As you see, the Jinx ultimate also firing across the board. Not going to get anything. But Kavender with some beautiful Lee Sin plays here to get the win. He's now 3-0-2. And that lethality build paying its dividends. In this new patch, the bruiser items that all these bruisers like Lee Sin like to go have been nerfed. So he's going for the more damage heavy option. He's snowballing from the start, and a snowballing Lee Sin who can land his Qs is always a menace to deal with.
Immediately showing the fruits of that build. 3-0 and 2-0 with 100% kill participation in this game. Commander with all the cards in his hand to try to carry your Hugh this early game. Onap's going to get out of the scrubs again though to look for 6 scrubs.
Yeah, and these changes are really interesting, right? Because of this, you see the Aatrox, he's going for the Spear of Shojin first item too, which is a more snowbally build as well. So both of them just going to be dealing insane amounts of damage, but they can be just instantly one-shot if the CC can't buff them up.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit longer for him to scale the damage. See, actually, as I stand corrected, he absolutely destroys Sandman Bread. Sandman Bread's going to try to stay here, and Exhausted does not have ult or flash, so it's possible that he can try to stay under turret here and not take too much damage. But yeah, that Spear of Shojin just absolutely shredding this Gragas, who looks like he's opting into a rod of agents.
Yeah, and now it looks like Jinx and Amelia are in trouble again. Plex hovering nearby to try and turn the dive. They do spot them out. Callum sees them, throws a ball at them, and they're going to be getting out of here most likely.
Looks like he's going to have a charm. Going to hit onto the Yasuo. Resonating strike onto Plex with the kick means with the last breath's going to come out onto the Auri. Can he live? He's going to dash onto the turret. TP's now both from both teams are going to come out. UW Script's caught all alone. He's going to get finished off by Yasuo. Resonating strike's going to hit onto Millie on the backside now. Plex running for his life outside towards the enemy base. That's the wrong way. Explosive cast not enough to finish him off. And Exhaust is going to finish off Tempest though. These two are stuck in Waterloo's base, and Onat's going to get the 600 gold shutdown onto Kevender. And somehow Plex actually scampered away while running the wrong directions. Charm's gonna hit on a Sandman Bread. Is there anything else to happen? Unlikely. Sawashi does not have flash, and he's just gonna pick up the fruits and heal up here. And something else still gonna happen. Sandman Bread goes in for the body slam. He's gonna miss. Root on Onat though with the grab from him is not gonna be enough to kill him. Windwall means that they can't trade back too much damage. Inexhausted in. He doesn't have the world ender himself though. Good sign. So the trainer lands the Jinx on Super Mega Death Rock. Not enough. It's not going to hit Sawashi. Inexhausted hits another Q onto Yasuo. Another Q onto Sandman Bread. Is this going to be enough? Oh, that's gold. He's going to get flashed off by Sandman Bread. He didn't have too much HP. He's going to take him down. Now they're still fighting. This fight is going on for so long. I don't know what's going on. Inexhausted is going to stab Sandman Bread. Means he gets the kill. UW Scrim is back from the base. Flashes over the tornado and finishes off Sawashi with the kill. Now he's trying to look out for more, but with the getting excited. Now he's stuck under the turret. Commander's going to come back and finish off the kill onto UW Scrim. And Plex TP back. I'm sorry, I'm losing my composure here. This fight has been going on for almost over a minute.
Yeah, the bot lane party just does not stop. As I think the Jinx, she got dove, she dived, she came back to lane, she got a couple kills, overextended dive.
And it's still going. Inexhausted is going to find Temtem with the sweet spot. He's going to get 2 knockdowns. Is there going to be enough damage? His Q's on cooldown. Infernal Chain is going to hit. Can he get the auto? It's going to finish him off with the stance. And now Shibakun's caught up on him, so he has no mana. Red White is not enough. And Inexhausted gets the double kill 1v2.
Yeah, and I think it's over, right? We can leave? Alright, we're good? We're good? Okay, and Exhaustion's leaving. I think we're good. But it is gonna finally end up with the Dragon being started up by Onat here, but Kevender seeing this happen. He's 4-1. Like,
he has no balling with him.
Waterloo is 4
members.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good, he's good.
Yeah, they're probably gonna be traded for some plates in the top lane if Batman can get over there quickly enough. But yeah, I think that was like a 2 or 3 minute long fight. A lot of people died, a lot of people got shut down. Notably, I think Onat picked up a really big shutdown. Scrim got a kill and a couple assists there. And eventually, ooh, the hook is not gonna land. Alright.
Sawashi and Kevender killed Plex. Yeah, after that's entire ballman, yes, to start it off with 5 kills to 5. If you include Inexhausted double kill, it went 6 for 3 in the favor of Waterloo. But now, as we just saw mid, Plex did go down, so now kills are 11 to 9, and they're pushing onto the mid turret.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at where the kills went, Volibear isn't the best person to get that big shutdown because he does end up scaling off anyway. But we'll see if he does end up getting some good carry potential, some great flash Qs later on in this game. But right now the hero of the story for Waterloo is Inexhausted. 7-1 on the Aatrox. He just does insane amounts of damage, and we'll have to see if Gragas can kind of just hold him at bay, right? Despite this big lead, more than half of his tower's health is still up because Gragas just has really good wave clear, has a little bit of sustain, and can really play that weak side really well.
And notably, even though Inexhausted has such a big lead and much gold to his name, the gold is actually even between the two teams. So even though Waterloo up quite a few kills and looked like they were the winners of that entire exchange, this game is far from over.
Yeah, exactly. 11 to 9 is the score. 300 gold splitting them apart, and both 1 dragon apiece. I believe this Herald, if it can be used well, can be able to get that first turret. We'll see if the bonus ends up going to one team or the other. That's fine. Oh, going into the bot lane.
The play mid, Sandman is going to TP into the bot lane. Excuse me, that's actually Sawashi. There's 4 members of York Youth here. That means they're going to try to trade back a kill from Temtem going down. It looks like there's nothing else to be done. It's UW hiding under the turret. 3v3 here now. Are they going to look for a dive? Their turret is really low, so it looks like they might just go for first turn. Water opts not defended. Means first turn. Actually, first turn gets taken by the Herald mid lane. York not fast enough to blow that up. So instead, first turn gold over to Waterloo means that they're now slightly up with the gold lead.
Yeah, Onat with the height, driving that Herald into that tower right before bot lane goes down. And that fight in the bot lane, Shiba stacked up so many chakrams. He was ready to fight, but Waterloo able to kill the threat and get out. And the bear wins it.
Looking for the dive on a Sandman Bread. Is there anything he can do about this Onat's tanking? There's absolutely nothing Sandman Bread can do to survive. The kill's gonna go over to Inexhausted. That's 8 kills for him now inside of 16 minutes.
Yeah, guys, this Aatrox is a little scary right now as he gets the full red gold for himself too. Kevin, they're doing a good job of trying to get leads on the other side of the map, staying away from the fed carry of Waterloo, and they get the turret in the bot lane. He's been counter jungling the Volibear a lot, and now
Kevender finds Plex flashes out. He's gonna live, but UW Scrim's actually gonna finish off Kevender. Kevender going a bit too deep though, and he's so squishy with the build. We can see he went Profane Hydra second. Means he does a lot of damage, but if he can't finish that kill, he's just left all alone.
Yeah, the Lee Syndrome coming in, he has to go in. Almost kills the Ahri, but she is such a mobile character that she's able to get out, and he gets sniped by Scrim on the way out. And now it's Waterloo pushing up, getting that mid prior. We got Dragon up in a 1.5 minutes here. I'm sure there's going to be a big fight coming up, because both teams want that second Dragon on the board.
Yeah, again, no team definitively ahead. Actually, well, Waterloo's almost up 2k now off the back of that play, which means they are going to likely feel stronger with that if they pull Inexhausted down for the Dragon. That said, there are some power spikes coming up on York if they could hit. You can see Yasuo almost on his IE, and when he hits 2 items, Yasuo just becomes the blender we all know and love.
Yeah, but more importantly, that Aatrox is 2 items with significantly more expensive items than the Lee Sin as well, so it is a bigger milestone for him to hit, and getting that for the second Dragon fight means he's going to be pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, Dragon spawning now in under a minute. You can see both teams pinging towards that bot side, trying to get wards, trying to get vision. Onat sitting on a pink ward. He's going to run at both Kevender and Sawashi here. Does he know this? Kevender's going to flash cone in. He's going to get caught out. He takes so much damage. He's so squishy. The team is going to come in behind from Plex. And now Onat's caught out though. 1v2. He's going to flash over the wall. Temtem's going to go in with the blade, which means the Blackbeard's going to come out on the million. Cowboy Livery is going to flash out. I have no idea what's going on. Again, Plex is going to hit the charm onto Shiba on the back. Sawashi's going to finish off Talon's Koi. The Exhaust here though is absolutely a menace. Can anyone deal with him? Sawashi tries to straight kill the Onat, but he's going to use his ultimate to try to stay alive. It Exhausted gets that kill. Or excuse me, it actually goes to UW Screaming. Now the 1v1 between Plex and Sandman Bread. Plex has no issue, but he has another dash. Sandman Bread flashes the fall, but he doesn't have the movement speed. Does he hit the explosive cascade touch? Excuse me, the barrel roll, excuse me, not his ultimate. But that means the play is actually going to finish off 2 for 4 in the favor of Waterloo.
Yeah, there's still 10 seconds for the Dragon, but I think Yorku might be giving it up as Inexhausted just doing stupid amounts of damage in that fight, blowing up 2 people instantly and saying the fight is done just like that. But also with a pretty good TP to come from behind, and he was so patient with the charm, waiting for Shiba to flash, and eventually gets the hit, and as soon as that charm is there, Inexhausted is pouncing on that, and Shiba is instantly dead.
Now, all these fights are basically split. There's always something happening on both ends. Both ADCs trying to fight against the backline dives, or both carries, excuse me. You can, as you mentioned, Shiba getting caught on the backside by Plex. Meanwhile, UW Scrim is on the other end hitting Kevender and Sawashi. These fights are just not being played as a standard front to back. It's always exciting to see there's always at least 1 kill traded from both teams.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing to say now that the Gragas is pretty behind is that Yorku is really AD heavy. So you can see the characters on the side of Waterloo. Oh, back. Oh.
Kick is going to come out on Talon's Koi. That's actually just solo kill. He's going to flash over the wall to get away. Inexhausted, the team is going to fall. Temtem's caught up on the Infernal Cave. There's no way he's going to get out. That kill goes to UW Scream. He's excited now. Can they chase for any more? World Ender is still popped, but no, the play is going to end right there.
Yeah, this is
1 for 1 of the
right
supports.
There.
Yeah.
Not too much happening. But yeah, Milio himself doesn't have a lot of armor, but you can see the Volibear with the Randuins, Aatrox with the cloth armor and the steel cap so far. I'm sure more armor is coming his way as Sawashi running for his life. There's a bear coming after you.
He's going to be caught out 1v2, 1v1. He's going to hit the Tornado onto Plex. He's not going to be able to get the Blast Breath out onto it. Onat's going to get that kill onto Sawashi, and that kill is going to be another one for Waterloo.
Yeah, just like that. They get the kill. We'll see if they want to start up the Baron, if they're going to be feeling a little bit like T1 here. But when I'm thinking about it, he's calling the squad. He's starting it up.
Waterloo's starting the Baron with Cavender alive. Swashi is spawning at 20 seconds. He does have TP, but these teams are just not taking their foot off the gas pedal. Notably, Baron does do a lot more damage now early on than before, so Waterloo trying to tank it up. Inexhaustible goes over the wall, but he's not going to find anybody.
Yeah, Alicia is pretty mobile and can get into the pit, but I think Waterloo does want to turn here. Inexhaustive, just waiting to go in.
You see Inexhaustible on the chase now. He's going to pop the loader. He's going to land a knock on a Temtem. Temtem's hit by the Infernal Chase. He's going to get hit by all of that. So Washi's TP in now. Sandman Bread's caught out though. He's actually going to finish off UW Scrimmage on the backside with the assassination. Plex takes off Sandman Bread. Inexhaustible rolling through the rest. Actually, Oda is going down. He's going to get last event, and that's a double kill for Cavender. Inexhaustible still pulling HP. He's going to hit Q1, Q2. It's a double kill for him. Inexhaustible is godlike. He's absolutely unkillable. Shiba couldn't flash to try to run away. Inexhaustible does not have the World Ender anymore. Means he might be able to live. Cavender's Sonic Wave doesn't even tickle him. It's the Q2 as well. And the Infernal Chase. Shiba has no flash. Means he's going to go down. Inexhaustible with the legendary triple kill in this team fight, putting Waterloo on his back.
Yeah, Inexhaustive just channeling World 2023 Zeus over here. They got the Jinx in the fight. Scrim was a little bit out of position, but it did not matter. This Aatrox is the unkillable Demon King right now, and now he's going to be breaking down that inner mid tower.
My man is absolutely demonstrating why he gets this Aatrox ban so often. Any other team you're watching this, you're playing Waterloo in the future, take notes. 12-1-4. This game is now up to 38 kills in 22 minutes.
Yeah, but you know, Yasuo is 3 deaths away from that 10-death power spike, so Waterloo, they gotta watch out for that win condition by York University here. As looking at the actual win conditions here, Aphelios, he really needs that second item in. He wants the IE to get that damage back on to have a hope of killing this Aatrox, and he just picked up a death stand, so it makes it a little bit harder, but killing Aatrox is the name of the game for York U. Maybe they can try and collapse on with the death burst on the side.
We're gonna be getting a replay on that messy Baron fight. You can see that Sadbat Red and UW Scrim both go down early, but then it's just the Bruisers left alone. UW Scrim, Inexhaustible just absolutely unkillable out here. Commander does get the double kill on Onat, but no one can deal with this Aatrox at all. You can see Aphelios just trying to hit him throughout that entire fight, just not doing any damage. And now just some amazing Q hits, and we're back in alive.
Yeah, back to life. Deja vu with another fight by the Baron. As Inexhausted.
Plex on the flank! Shiba has no flash, means UW Scrim's gonna get that kill. Plex now picks up his own kill, and they're just absolutely chasing Yorku back to their base. And its special cast actually very good for disengaging. It means they might actually survive with 2 alive. But another amazing fight by Waterloo. They're up so much gold now and so much power on this Aatrox in the front line. Aphelios, frankly, can't really play the game.
Yeah. It's so difficult. Plex has amazing flanks, Inexhaustible with the follow too, and Cavender, even though he's alive, he's just not going to try and go for that steal. He's going to try and get the Raptors at the bottom of the map while the team is Waterloo with another great fight near the Baron. He's going to pick up the Baron for themselves.
This game is looking like it's slipping out of Yorku's hands. They're going to apply the full reset on the side of Waterloo and run back out onto the field. And yeah, just a call back to what you mentioned several minutes ago now at this point. Like you said, in terms of win cons for York U, they, like you said, they only have 1 AP in terms of Sadmad Bread's Gragas. So killing this Aatrox who has tabbies, all this healing and death stance is not an easy task. You need Yasuo, you need Aphelios to be able to shred him down somehow.
Yeah, and that's usually the kind of problem that teams who run Yasuo mid run into. They really need that damage diversity from either the jungle or the top lane to try and add some reason for teams to build MR, but look at that Baron now. He's going to be picking up a Thornmail next. He just has so much armor. Same with the Aatrox. Death Dance is the perfect item for him here, as he is just so unkillable and absolutely one-shots people.
We can see he took down Sowashi top lane, they're now keeping mid for the play. Commander actually one-shots Plex at mid lane means that there is a 1-kill advantage mid lane for now in terms of York Q. Temtem's going to survive, barely get HP on that slide, it's not going to be enough. Commander gets a double kill now into middle, he's on to UW Scrim. UW Scrim gets a redemption kill, he's going to kite it away, it means he actually finishes off the kill thanks to the redemption. And Exhaust was somehow actually taking damage from Shiba Kun here, and Sandman Red as well. Sandman Red has 200 as well as the Morello, means he can cut the healing. Ona now looks for the stun, he's going to get onto Sandman Red. Sandman Red flashes out, but it's not really enough. Temtem lanterns for Shiba Kun to get him back over, he's going to hit the hook, but it's not enough. UW Scrim now getting excited and trying to finish off the kill, but Shiba Kun's going to scamper away. The one-man surviving out of this entire fiesta. Sawashi is back on the spawn now. Low health bars on the side of Onan and UW Scrim. It's off to somehow pull HP against him. One-man's going to go in, but he actually has the ult to get out. Sawashi's going to go in, he's not going to be in. Oh, he's actually going to get out UW Scrim and get the shutdown. Exhaust is going to finish him off, but now he's chasing Shiba Kun with the World Ender again. Shiba Kun has absolutely nothing he can do. His flash is not up yet. And Inexhaustive 16-1 in this game.
Yeah, that Sundered strike. along with the Aatrox passive. He just poked Aphelios with the sword and did more than half his HP. That is how strong he is. That sword might as well be made out of lava, as now they're just going to go back, take this Thirst Dragon, not try and play this clean game here, but on the horizon, Yasuo's, he's got the 10 death power spike, he's hit the 2 items, and so has Aphelios, so there is maybe a chance, maybe they can get through this Aatrox somehow.
Yeah, so hitting that 10 deaths, notably that 10th death did get him a big shutdown onto UW Scrim, so with 2 items, maybe he can start doing damage to Aatrox. Another good look in that fight though, Kavender killing 2 early on, so he is finding his kills with his lethality Lee Sin, it's just that the kills are not onto Aatrox.
Yeah, it was a good, brave attempt by him, but it's just snowballing out of their hands at this point, and now well, they're going to be looking at this bottom mid air tower.
So while he actually goes in to try to clear the wave, he's going to get caught up by the charm. He's going to be able to dash out with the lantern, which means he survives. Sadner is going to poke the TP to try to defend this inner turret. But Waterloo pulling out 4 members of themselves as well as Inexhaustible on the backside, means the turret's going to go down regardless. Ona's trying to look for an engage. Nothing's going to really happen too much there. And yeah, now it's a full 5v5 in the bot lane. I don't know if Yorku can defend this. That said, Baron has expired.
Yeah, they need to look for a Hail Mary play after the Yasuo comes back. We need to kind of see a crazy ult from Sadmad or some crazy Lee Sin pick to make things happen here. As Waterloo, they're busting down the base.
At least since on the flank, they know he's there. He doesn't decide to look for anything, so the in-hit turret's going to go down. Onat's now looking for an engage. He's going to get onto the Yasuo. The Yasuo puts up Widow, means he can disengage the fight. Explosive Cat's going to come out, but it's nothing going to be looking for in terms of Yasuo. He's going to get jumped in by Onat, and UW Scream going to finish off the Yasuo. Inexhaustible count in with the Q2, and he's going to get the kill along with Flex onto the Aphelios, and Lee Sin's going to go down as well. Not much he can do, and this game is looking like it's about to be over.
Yeah, it's looking like it, as Waterloo's putting out an amazing showing here so far. The turret slowly coming down. Gragas, he's kind of tanky, but he's going to end up going down as well here, as Waterloo's putting on an absolute clinic here. Inexhausted, carrying the team to victory. What an amazing performance by him.
Yeah, that game, Inexhausted, is truly the carry of the game. 38 kills in the end for Waterloo. 19 of them, a whole 50% on Inexhausted Aatrox. And yeah, so that means that, again, this is the best of 1, so Waterloo will be taking this one against Yorku.
Yeah, and just like that, honestly, it was a great attempt by Yorku. They brought out like a spicy comp. They tried to execute it. The Lee Sin mechanics were honestly stellar there, but that Aatrox just got a little bit too fed, and he just snowballs out of control here. So it is going to be Waterloo moving on to the next round, to the semifinals, and that one is going to be a best of 3. So not just a BO1 where anything can happen. We'll see a bit more structure there. But yeah, it was a great performance by them. And what do you think of the draft? Do you think it worked out, giving Inexhausted the Aatrox no matter what? Do you think that's the play going into this tournament?
You know, like I said, for other teams that may be doing some of their scouting on this game or on Waterloo, you have to ban this man's Aatrox again. He's been playing it it's been his signature champion for as long as he's been on this team. And whenever it's unbanned, he picks it and he shows up on it. So yeah, not giving you draft advice again. I'm not as good as most of the top winners or coaches in this bracket, but that said, Inexhausted Aatrox is certainly something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, and after a short break, we're going to be coming back into the semifinals, going for that best of 3. But before we go, shout out to York University. They did a great job. I honestly like that they brought out a spicy draft. You know, don't try and just run the standard draft and against a supposed higher seed team. Try and surprise them. And unfortunately, it didn't go their way just this time.
Now, they put up an amazing fight, but unfortunately, that will mean, like you said, that they're eliminated. Waterloo moves on to the semifinals in the top 4. And again, finishing on the podium in this tournament will net you a piece of the $1,000 prize pool, which is thanks to our co-title sponsors, BMO and TELUS.
Yeah, a bit more about them. BMO, they've got this amazing student banking plan to help you focus on what's important. BMO has checking and savings account, credit cards, and borrowing options specifically designed for students. Plus, you can get up to 12 months of Domino's pizza. That's like $200 right there with the current student offers. There's no monthly plan fees, really convenient branch locations, and unlimited transactions. What's not to love there?
Yeah, in this economy, I absolutely can't say no to free pizza, you know. So as a student, you got to take what you can get, and pizza is definitely something I'm taking if I'm offered it.
Yeah, exactly. And other than BMO, Telus Arena, this is a crazy thing that you guys got to hear about. It's the best place for Canadian gamers to play, improving their skills through free coaching from the pros or competing to win thousands of dollars in prizes. Whether you're a casual gamer looking to learn or a pro gamer who just wants to win some games, there's a place for you at the Telus Arena. So make sure to join their Discord, stay updated on all their activities as well.
Thank you again so much, BMO and Telus, for helping to make CIE happen. And yeah, so again, the next series coming up, will be a best of three. We're just waiting for the winners between Guelph Griffin Gaming and Western University, as well as the other side of the bracket, which is between University of Toronto, Mississauga, McGill, UBC, and University of Alberta. A lot of teams, but 4 of them will be selected to go into the semifinals, and we'll be getting underway with that on this stream shortly.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
everybody, and welcome to the semifinals of CIE, Day 2 of League of Legends. We're going to have a caster swap, as you can probably see. Hello, we're coming from the beach room. We're following you, Alberta. My name is Boyce. I'll be one of your casters today. I'm joined by my lovely friend from Fanshawe College and previous cast partner, Melon. How are you, buddy?
Oh, great. It was cool to see Alberta pull out and win that last game, and now we get to watch them again. So here we are.
Both these teams obviously just coming off wins coming into the semifinal. I had the pleasure of casting both these teams yesterday. Both teams did end up winning their BO1s. UTM had a very dominant early game against Western after some failed lane swaps on Western's side. Quite frankly, I would call it a bit of a smashing. It was bad. UTM played really good. But you, Alberta, obviously, coming out of last game, we saw how good Bai played, and I was telling you how good it was on the Gwen yesterday.
Yeah.
And with this draft being fearless, so there is no first round bans. All of those picks that we were saying are like the super carry picks where people have pocket stuff, there's no bans for them. So first game, we're going to get a lot of those picks that are like the really spicy ones that you would normally ban out or target ban the like one tricks. So that's going to come out now in this game, and I'm really excited for it.
So to refresh, you can pick each champion once over the course of the best of 3, right?
Yes.
So you want to save those top picks for certain moments. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. First game, everything is on the table. You can pick anybody whenever we want. As soon as that one is picked, that's what it is for the rest of the game. When the game is over, you cannot repick them in any other games in this series. Which means if we go game 3, there's technically already been 2 sets of bans. So game 1, going to be very spicy and very fun. Game 2, we might see some people lose their pocket picks. So I'm excited. I believe we're just waiting for draft to start where we'll get to finally see the fearless draft. I've never actually seen a tournament use fearless, so I'm curious to see how good are these picks going to get. We're going to intro the teams first. Well, I've seen both these teams already once. But first, looking at you, Alberta, coming in on the blue side. Bai, I Loves You, Yeezy, Solar Desire, Goach, and Valdanio. Bai has been a critical player for the side of you, Alberta, in the 2 games I've seen from the carry top lane. And there was also a lot of spicy stuff going on the bot lane for Goach after last game. I won't leak anything yet until we're into the draft and we can see exactly what happens. But there are some crazy picks that can come out. As for UTM, as well, I got to see them yesterday coming on the red side. Katarina Blue, Lover Suicide, Min TV, Dan Chao Gu, and Abi. Dan Chao Gu had a very strong game for UTM, as well as Katarina Blue. The lane swaps from Western did not go well, so we're here. We're going to have to see how this goes for both teams as we're going to cut into the draft now. Just keep in mind, this is Fearless Draft, so there's not actually round 1 bans. Once we get in, there will be round 1 bans here. I'm not sure. We can't actually follow them just because, like, you know, it's Fearless Draft, so there won't be a true ban. I'm not sure what they're. So I'm a little confused because now these bans look targeted. Because I've seen Alberta and what happened. I've seen Alberta and the fact that they pick the bans that have come through. So I'm curious if this is true Fearless or if we're still allowing first round bans, which might be the case. Because we were talking last time, in last game we saw it, the Seraphine.
Yeah. I also feel out of the loop now, but let's just see what they have. Let's see what characters. We'll talk about what they got on the board, because here we are. Both carries coming up for both sides right now. Alberta's going to go ahead and grab Super Hyper Carry Jinx, and over on UTM is going to be Aphelios. Maybe we'll see his lane partner or someone else in the game. There's Viego. Great old jungler, can steal any ultimate he wants, and, well, sorry, no ultimate. He can steal any kit that he wants, make his way around the board and just, like, mess everyone up, huh?
Yeah, this is a different look from UTM than what we saw yesterday. Aphelios, we saw, was the ADC for UTM's favorite pick, so we're going to get one of the favorites coming out already. Aphelios into Jinx, 2 very, like, hyper-scaling ADCs. Both want to play late game, both want to see what's going on. Lethal Tempo stacking, rest in peace with Lethal Tempo, coming next week. But Viego and Jax we saw yesterday, I believe was a jungle flex that we saw yesterday. So we'll have to see if that's going jungle or top. Diana, we saw this last game from Alberta and how well it went. That frontline engage, going in, even if they get blown up, it was great engage for the side of Alberta, and to combo with the Jack stun and Jinx in the backline, able to just free fire. This looks great for Alberta so far.
Yeah, we were totally doubting that Diana last time, but here they are once again, and it paid off. It certainly did. Like, they got in there, and once they had the support from Bai and top lane, who seems might be on Jax, unless that's Jack's jungle, of course. It's a definite bond. It's going to work out for them. They got so much teamwork. They play off of each other, and then after they finish the laning phases, they really come together and they carry their team to victory. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a comment about. Sorry, I'll make a comment about this Malzahar as well, because it's just come out.
Oh yeah.
Malzahar yesterday, we also saw from UTM in the Western game, and multiple times Malzahar just flash ult someone under their tower and they just die. They had a very good Malzahar game. I'm curious to see the impact it can have on this Diana, because it is like Diana wants to be very mobile. This Diana's going to get locked down. They're fairly squishy in the mid lane. Now Diana can still be flexed, and so can Jax. Again, Alberta's going for this like kind of double flex pick that we saw in the last game from them. So both sides targeting top lane bans so far in the second round. Cassante and Aatrox both gone.
Yeah, Cassante was super dominant for Bai last game, and man, yeah, all top lanes. And then the Blitz is coming
Instant
out last
Blitz
there.
ban.
Oh my gosh. But hey, here comes an Ornn. Super strong late game top laners, got that early game push and all that, and man, he's got so much value in one character. I believe in him. He's gonna have a tough time possibly with Jax, but not as much as we think if he itemizes correctly and it really sticks to his guns.
Yeah, so UTM wants to leave the counter pick for support, try and get this Aphelios lane ahead of this Jinx. The Blitz ban is an absolute target. Me on UTM is a very big Blitz fan, from what I understand. And the Yone for Alberta, the mid laner for Alberta, this is one of their favorite picks as well. We're getting it out of the way early in this first game of the best of 3, excuse me.
Yeah.
But we saw yesterday, so that does mean we're getting the flexes, I assume. So that would mean that if I'm incorrect here, Jax is going top, Diana's jungle, and Yone's mid. You could flip the top lane. Oh, no, not really. But they could go anywhere. Yone could go top, Jax could be jungle. There's still the flex. And Milio, great pairing with the Jinx. Gonna just buff up the Jinx in these fights. But the support counter pick's still there for UTM.
Milio breaks CCs on ult, right? So he's got some good options here against Malzahar. Man, does he break the Malzahar lockdown? I haven't seen that. Could be.
I don't know that interaction, because traditionally cleanse can't cleanse
can't
suppression,
do it, right?
But he's not suppressed. He's not. If he's the one that's suppressed, probably not. Rakan is going to get picked for UTM. Another just tank engage. They want to set up this engage into the front line of Alberta, where Alberta, just like last game, not really. They had the Cassante last game, but there's not really a strong frontline threat for Alberta. Like, no big tank. It's just Diana and Jax. It's going to be a lot of just, can we pump out the damage fast enough to kill them? But you have Rakan and Ornn, and Rakan's great at this counter engage for, you have a Diana that's going to be jumping on top. You have a Yone that's going to be ulting in. Jax has to jump on top of you for the stun. Rakan presses R, and all three of those people are charmed. So there's great counter engage.
Once Viego gets shut down there, or like he gets somebody dead on the board, he can grab their kit and he can start working against them. Like, because he has so many damage options over on Alberta to steal. So there's going to be a lot of potential to him in these fights. If he can stay alive, of course. And I'm sure he will.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I'm curious to see how these drafts are going to play out once we get in the game. I asked you for the best of one on the other stream. We have a best of 3. What's your choice for who's you think is going to win this map one, just based off of draft?
So honestly, it comes down to well, they've got that really strong Yone pick over on Alberta, which I didn't expect to see so early on, but they managed to get it through. So that feels like a deciding factor. If he can have a good lane phase and get out into the map and start like supporting the other lanes, it's gonna be super valuable, especially on those objectives. He can just cover so much ground and distance and like AoE damage. He's got so much going on. So it's exciting to see him along with Diana. So the engage comp is crazy on Alberta, like you were saying. So if they can get some really good engages and they can pick off these important characters like Aphelios and Viego and Malzahar down on UTM's side, I think they've got a good path to victory here.
I'm torn. I'm not gonna lie, I'm torn because we saw Alberta last game succeed without that like hard lockdown and just succeeding in the fights. There's a lot of fight potential for Alberta if they can get into them, but there's so much counter engage from UTM that I think it's going to be hard for them to find the right angle if the Rakan is there or the Malzahar is there, and getting through this Orin might be a challenge too. I think it's really going to depend on this mid lane matchup if this Yone can get unlocked, because that's going to be one of the main kill threats for diving these this team of UTM. I'm torn. I chose Alberta last game, but I want to say just because of the counter engage, I'm going to choose UTM for map 1.
Gotcha. Okay, I guess we're at odds with each other in terms of who we see winning, but you know, everything can change once we get into the actual match. My prediction last game was wrong, so I might not be the best source for that.
So far, I'm up 1-0. We'll have to see how this goes over the next couple of maps. We are just waiting now to get into game. We have to wait for spectator delay and whatnot. Thank you to our sponsors of this event, BMO. To help you focus on what's important, BMO has checking and savings accounts, credit cards, and borrowing options that are specifically designed for students. Plus, when you sign up with BMO, get up to 12 months of Domino's Pizza, $190 worth of pizza. It's free with BMO's current student offers. Who doesn't love pizza? It's free pizza. We love pizza, especially when you don't pay for it. There's no monthly plan fees while you're in school and for up to a year after you graduate. Convenient locations close to campuses, unlimited transactions, including Interac e-transfer. You can also catch them live every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific at the BMO Next Level Twitch, twitch.tv/BMO_Next Level. Thank you to TELUS as well. TELUS Arena is the best place for Canadian gamers to play. Improve their skills through free coaching from the pros, or compete to win thousands of dollars of prizes. Whether you're a casual gamer looking to learn or a pro gamer looking to win, this is a place, there's always a place for you at TELUS Arena.
Thank you, TELUS. And BMO, of course.
And now we will just be waiting a little bit for the rest of the, well, delay to go through. Anything else you want to talk about from this draft? Because any matchups, because I'm interested to see the Diana in the jungle now, because we had Diana in mid last time.
Yeah, Diana jungle, well, depending, it's not the same player, right? I imagine that they're going to swap around who's going to be on that. Captor was her name, I believe. Yeah, so Captor did a pretty good job on Graves there. He brought some of the really important tools that Graves had. So if he can do the same thing as Diana, I think he's really flexible. And honestly, like, last game for Alberta, they had a tough time with the jungle. Like, I believe that it was 3 drags before they got their first one, but they started putting in the work and they came back with this. So stay on top of the objectives, Diana, and get into those fights, and so much potential along with the other engaged characters that we've been aforementioned here. So yeah, I think that it's going to be good. It's going to be good to have Diana in there. She's got to get good clear speed.
You can see a smile on my face right now.
Yeah.
I've just figured something out.
Oh.
This is not what I was expecting. I don't know if you can see where some of the characters are going. Diana's not changing hands.
Okay.
Diana is staying in the hands of Solar Desire. We have the carry of the last 2 games we've seen from Alberta. The Yone is going top, and it's in the hands of Bai, who's been absolutely carrying these last couple of games. So we have Yone into Orin matchup. I'm not sure if this is what UTM is going to be expecting, because in my head, I was expecting the Diana to go jungle, Jax top, Yone mid. That's what made sense. But now we've got a different pairing that I wasn't expecting, and I don't know if this is going to help the Yone get unlocked. And with Bai, how much Bai's been carrying in these last couple of games, this could get spicy.
Yeah, no, certainly. We're always watching Bai, as you're saying, and it's going to be good to see them again. On Yone, no less. I didn't expect that. That was going to be Solar on Yone. They're swapping characters, but now they're sticking to it, man. I'm glad that they're going to be doing a bit of a changing around. Not changing around, for that matter. But here we are, once again. Solar Desire on Diana. Man, I'm excited to see these characters over on ECM as well, man. Aphelios is cool, man. Hard character to play. He's got a lot going on. You got to keep track of all that ammunition that he's got and get that right combination for the ultimate. So if he can, he's got a tall order ahead of him, right? Yeah, so we're going to see.
Yeah, I feel like I'm regretting my choice of UTM now. No disrespect, but we've seen Bai carrying. I thought Bai had been put on to a different champ in a different matchup, but now Bai's back on the carry. I saw Bai on carry Gwen in the last couple of games. Not to underestimate UTM, who absolutely stomped Western, as I said, But these matchups just got a lot more interesting. I was expecting the Yone to have a hard time in the Malzahar. It's not going to be there. And now we are just waiting a little bit more until we get in the game. We're almost there. I promise, guys. I'm going to knock on wood, knocking on my desk, just in case. Just in case. I don't want to risk anything.
Yeah, so far so good, huh? And I think we've got it, huh?
I believe we're in. I can hear champs loading in.
Yeah.
We are here. The first map of this best of 3, first round of playoffs. Or not first round of playoffs, first best of 3. We are in semifinals, which means this is our first best of 3. Whoever loses will be done. There is a third place decider match tomorrow, but the winner here wants to go to finals. We do have a short game pause, or I hope it's short. We are just loading in. Did I jinx it? Please tell me I didn't just cast or cursed it. Please tell me I didn't just cast or curse the game starting. I hear welcome to Summoner's Rift. I hear it. We're in. No funny level 1 business. Both teams going to be spread out evenly once again, drawing the line of scrimmage. Oh, man. I'm excited.
I guess you had a lot more of that level 1 craziness yesterday, huh? I was hoping to see some today, but here we are. They're taking it easy, just lining up, single file. And yeah, excited to see these lane phases get to it.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, the Yone is in the top lane, so it's Yone into Ornn. It's not going to be the Yone mid like we were thinking it was in draft. So Jax is in the jungle, and we saw Diana in mid lane last time. It struggled early game, but as soon as we hit about that 15-20 minute area, it was completely unlocked, and it was so hard for the other team to deal with.
Yeah, Diana is definitely a force to be reckoned with in this particular matchup as well. That spell shield is going to come in handy for good old Mint V over on Malzahar there. And K11, Katarina Blue, Dan Zhao. Man, these are some interesting players we got here. Great picks, too. It feels pretty fresh after the last one.
Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing the Aphelios, because this is a favorite of Dan Xiaogu. We didn't get to see it yesterday, but they had a great game. I forget what they were on, but they had a very good game in the bot lane. I remember that. So I'm very excited to see them on this kind of hyper-scaling pick. I want this game to go the distance and be a late game, because I want to see this Aphelios get unlocked.
Yeah, he's got so much potential for the late game. And they're picking with that in mind, of course. Ornn is another character that adds a lot of value the later the game goes. And I think the scaling for characters like Malzahar is interesting too. He's going to have so much poke damage later, right? Even just early game, as we see him putting a bit of Spades Ace onto Solar Desire right here. Yeah, Mint V. Also, Valdiana's got a very different kind of tune as well over on Emilio. Cool CC and some good little sustain later on with the campfire. Follows you around and helps out with your poke, right? The extra auto attack range.
Now, I don't remember if I'm just mistaken, but I believe this might be a different jungler than what we had last time for UTM. I don't remember. I can't remember who played yesterday, but I believe that we have a jungler substitution for this game. K11 is not a name that I'm recognizing from any of the games, so that may actually play into this game unless yesterday was the substitute. I'm not sure. But Viego is a very strong carry pick, no matter what. Viego, again, the resets, if you can get the resets going, it's a lot to deal with. You're just going to keep getting healed, and there's a lot of champs on the other team that as the game gets later, if Viego turns into a Yone on top of you, he just starts autoing. He's got all of Yone's items, or Jinx. Jinx would be even worse. There's a lot of champs that he can take.
Oh man, the anticipation for him is going to be huge once he gets out here. I'm sure those first fights are going to show up at some of the objectives later on. But right now, they're just in the poke phase. Poke phase, lane phase. Nobody really committing to anything yet, but the junglers are the ones to watch. Like, if they can get in somewhere, it'd be pretty cool. And going even here in top lane. No mana consumption over on Yone, so he's got all the time in the world. As you do see the breath come down from Katarina Blue. Bit of a commitment here. Finding some more hits onto Katarina. Slight HP advantage, but there goes the potion popped as well for Katarina.
Katarina does
Down in
have
the bot lane.
Biscuit, so the sustain will
Yeah.
be okay for Katarina.
They're gonna be totally fine. And when they're in a bit of pinch, they can go build something too, right? Go purchase up in the lane. As we do see a big engagement for K11 on Solar Desire, having to flash out under tower to escape. Flash down on mid.
Diana does have teleport, but it's going to force the early back out of the Diana. Not what we want to see for this mid pick that struggled in the early game, but they are going to back 2 tomes. It's an okay first back. Won't teleport back to lane because the wave did push up the Malzahar's tower, so it's going to be frozen there anyways. Not going to force the teleport out, just the flash, thankfully. But well done from K11 to force that summoner out early as we see the engage from the Recon. Felios, blue and purple guns, not the best for this 1v1 fight, but the clear through the minions helps. Just some early trading. Jinx low mana.
Yeah, the early trade. Exact CS in the bot lane as well. As we have Katarina Blue backed up by K11 onto Bye I Love You. I think they get this pinch here as they get the slam and take the corpse as a bit of a flex there in the end.
Yeah, first blood goes into the hands of the Ornn. It could have been a lot worse if it went to the Viego, the extra gold to accelerate that carry pick. Little bit better for the side of Alberta that it does go to the Ornn. We'll meme about the Yone 010 power spike. I know that's mostly Yasuo, but they're brothers, it counts.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
Hopefully we don't see 010, but I've seen Vi go down. Still able to come back, and this carry pick, ooh, -1. No one saw it. Delete the VOD. That cannon definitely got killed.
Oh man, the shame of every laner, missing a cannon. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Not a whole
Captain
lot
on
of
Jax,
action.
huh? Captain on Jax. Yeah, and another
He's
really
been on a
strong
lot of different
range.
picks.
Yeah, flexible player. That's good. It's gonna help him a lot in this tournament. It's been paying off so far.
Especially with Fearless, where, you know, I think this is one of the lower priority picks for him because we saw the Graves last time, and okay, Malzahar had no mana underneath the tower and will drop to the Diana. Blast Cone to knock Viego back over the wall. Diana should be able to walk out of here.
And we got a replay coming up here to see how that kill went. Near the second tier tower, we're gonna see them go down. And then this blast cone once again, here it comes. That's a perfect blast cone, to be honest.
Very
and
well
while
done.
we're watching the replay, another bit of a kerfuffle in mid lane here as everyone's rolling up to take down Solar Desire once again.
Yeah, and the kill, more kills.
gosh.
Everything is going on everywhere on the map. People are
Totally.
just dropping in solo kills.
Yeah,
The
Solo
kill
Drake.
in mid does go to the Aphelios. That's very big early game for the side of UTM, thankfully. We want this Aphelios to get ahead early. Jinx still has not backed to get items. They're going to back now. Aphelios, Dune Quiver on the first back, plus boots and a dagger. Very healthy first back.
Here
for
comes
the
replay
Aphelios.
for Ornn's Fate. And under tower with 2 guys coming on him there. A bit unfortunate. Solar Desire could be in the pickle here too, as we do see K11 going into the mist here. Finds a ward as opposed to an advantage. But in the meantime, it's all a delay here for blue team over here with Alberta to grab the Void Grubs.
We haven't seen Alberta prioritizing the grubs. At least not last game. Alberta kind of just gave all the objectives to UBC early game, just focused on the scaling. But we saw them. UBC got the Dragon Soul point at like 18 minutes. We were looking at a 22-minute soul, and at that point, Alberta had scaled enough to the point where they felt like they were comfortable challenging these objectives and managed to even out the game from a very early deficit. It looks like Alberta wants to change that pace a little bit. They have a lot more fighting pressure to contest these objectives, at least in the early game, so they want to get that out of the way early. Side lane threat of this Yone, so getting those grubs is going to be very big for them. The grub buff, if they can manage to get 4, it's only 4 now instead of 5. If we can manage to just get 1 more grub, the side lane threat of this Yone into the late game can be very big.
Yeah, and you're going to want to see a lot of pressure from Bai. He always keeps it up, and he had so many opportunistic side lane pushes along with Solar Desire last game. They're really coordinating that really well, despite some fights not going in their favor. So if they can keep up that kind of attitude, it should pay off really well for them. And man, look at the CS advantage in top lane too, man. 20,
Almost
a whole
25.
20, man. Yeah, that's huge. As we see an engagement from a B, followed by Danjiao Gu in the bot lane here. Goach and Valdiano taking a little bit of the heat here as they push up to the tower.
Just some chip damage. Viego does. I don't think Viego knows that he's sitting on a ward. So just gonna sit on the ward. There's a roam down from Solar Desire and Captor. This looks like we're gonna get a 4v4 in the bot lane. Malzahar's hovering as well. They're gonna know they're on a ward now. And it looks like Flash engaged. The ultimate from the Diana catches one, but it's not enough to kill B. The Malzahar's suppression locks down the Diana, and the resets for Viego come through. And Alberta needs to get away.
That's a wonderful setup too. I feel like they knew about the ward because they had Mint V hiding in the wings right beyond the vision of it, in the case there was one. So it paid off for them because they baited in Solar Desire and his buddies, and he got taken down. So
mind control.
Great setup there. Yeah.
Diana mind control, forced the engage, flashes over the wall, looks good early, but the Malzahar ultimate, we were saying, Diana's squishy. If Malzahar can just lock down one of those people, it's hard.
Yeah, and despite any itemization, Malzahar did so much along with his friends.
Now this top lane advantage is going to be something to keep an eye on, because Yone is still farming much ahead of the Ornn. Obviously, Ornn falling behind isn't a big deal. You can sustain in lane better than anybody, and you're just a tank. If you're down a bit, it's okay as long as you don't feed, which you're doing good so far.
We'll take a look at the replay here for that fight that happened in the bush here. The amazing setup from the engage here, but unfortunately they were ready for it as the lockdown that you were talking about comes through. And man, what a wonderful play there. Just they knew they had the odds, but they didn't let them know.
Yeah, the bait and the collapse from UTM was very well executed. Now Captor's sitting behind this top tier 1. We might get a 2v2 top and jungle. Diana is roaming up here as well. It looks like a dive, but Rakan's coming as well. One ultimate under the tower. Will die before they can proc it, and 2 kills under tower. Bio loves you, taking tower shots, but it's not enough damage to kill. 2 for nothing for the side of Alberta.
Man, what a great setup there. And they really utilized the spirit form on the Yone amazingly to tank some early shots and then back it up. So they know what they're doing on their characters right now. For both sides, for that matter, they're utilizing them to the most. As we do see the gravity gun taking down Goach, but the Ghost comes out to escape this situation here. Danjiao Gu, great stuff.
Yeah, we are seeing. Clubs. He got the 4. Captor just wants the 4 and he gets out. That's what we were saying. The buff for 4, the side lane threat for Yone, who's in a healthy position so far. It's only going to grow more with this buff. Rakan is wandering into a place he might not want to. Doesn't spot out the Jax until it's late. Just drops the word. He needs to walk away. W's over the wall. Nothing gonna happen really. But that could have been scary if he walked into that other brush.
Yeah, they committed a lot of vision to it, so. There goes some of the grubs for KE11 there, taking the chance. They just gotta make sure they catch that next wave of grubs, and they'll be in a good shot. If there will be another set of grubs.
That would be it.
Yeah, no, just a 2. That sucks.
We'll get the Herald next. So it is the 4 grub buff for Alberta. That's what they wanted. They got away with just the 4. Disengaged. They got everything they came for. And now UTM is going to respond with the Drake pick, the second Drake of the game. Infernal and Ocean both gone, so no souls there. It's going to be a Hex Tech soul. Thankfully, not Cloud. I've been hating on Cloud souls for the last 2 days.
I've heard. Man, in the meantime here, B gave a shot here with his ultimate, trying to catch a couple guys, but didn't really work out for him. And we're going to back up now as, man, 2 Drakes for the side of UTM. That looks so good on paper, man. They just keep that up. Once again, Alberta not prioritizing the Drakes this game.
Man, this Yone has been so oppressive in the top lane. Just got every plate off that top turret at 13.5 minutes. That kill, the 2 kills onto Ornn, gave Yone so much time to farm those turrets. 1.5k gold lead so far for the side of Alberta.
It's a lot.
Yeah, Danjiao Gu.
It's taking some time here to deal a lot of DPS. 1v2ing, and B is going to be waiting up and coming in for that lockdown. And oh man, K11 is not done though. If he can catch up to poor old Valdiano here, he can maybe catch a kill. Is it worth flashing? No, he's too far. He's checking though. He's doing a due diligence. Make sure there's no missed opportunity here.
It's great to get the one kill. The DPS from Danchaku. I missed it. Yone actually died up in the top lane. We're gonna catch it on the replay here. Under tower, farming the plates. Oh, this was earlier. The plates. Where did Yone die here? Oh, Yone died.
Yeah, at some point in this history. We're gonna see the spear up here. Okay, here we go.
I promise Yone dies.
Oh my gosh. Dude, are you sure, man? It looks like Katarina Blue's gonna die, but he gets that. He lines him up like a bowling pin. Bowling pin strikes him out with the good old Ornn ultimate.
Bonked by the Ornn. Yeah, that Ornn had a lot more damage off that ultimate than I think he was expecting, but still healthy position for the Yone. We're seeing first items completed almost completely across the board. Every core member except for supports has an item. There's a fight going on in top lane. Yone is isolated. 2 roaming up though. The Super Mega Death Rocket will miss. Bai wants to look for the Ornn. K11 is locked down as well. This is going to be awful for QTM. Flashes out. Bai lets you just not go down. But Katarina will live. It's only 1 kill.
A slippery Ornn this game. Keeps getting to their tower right on time. Couple HP left in the pocket. And then, shame for K11 though. That was kind of cool though that they made their way up from the Herald to help out there. They saw Bai was in trouble, so they supported them, and it worked out for them. Teamwork. That's the word of the day.
They're playing towards this Yone. The carry top of Bai.
They know.
Seems to be the main game plan for Alberta. Tower
gravity gun in hand here. Catching out Goach's approach there with Valdiano. And Captor is back on the objective right after the action. Need Herald for them. Man, they love any objective that's purple, huh? But they know where every drag.
Well, I mean, we saw last game we completely ignored the Drake stacking until 3, and then they finally started to care to fight. It's not going to be great because Hextech Soul here is going to be very, very good, obviously. So they're going to have to start contesting in about a minute and a half when that first or next Drake comes up. And goodbye, Diana. Lockdown by Malzahar. 1 versus 4.
And oh, man, this aggressive chain of attacks to just follow him into the tower range pays off so well. And Valdiano and Goach are a bit late to the party, unfortunately. What's going on here? They're hanging out in the woods?
Just a dude with the sword and a gigantic torch god killing a bunch of chickens.
They're going at it. Come on,
wet noodles smacking each other.
Yeah, he'll get him eventually. Just get a couple more minutes. Oh, he's committing though. He's gonna get that double barrel. Oh, but he hops the wall. Blasco. Oh, he brings the Blasco back to him, but I think he's just gonna be a bit too quick for Ornn. Slow old Ornn, fortunately.
There's a lot invested. Crucially, Biology saves the flash, just has to ult out. Not a huge cooldown. Danchaku's getting ran down. This Jinx has a lot of speed. The range, Super Death Rocket will miss. And now, TP being invested in mid lane. Viego's going to force the TP response out, but it's going to be nothing other than that. Good job protecting by K11.
Oh, Shelly's coming though. What if that charge from like downtown? But they're gonna start partying under the tower here, poking out a little bit, and there goes the jump from Capture. Everyone's gonna flash away from him. The menacing old Jax with the super spin dance stun. Not gonna find anyone at the moment, but definitely worth it. They got the tower, they got the flashers. What is this, man? Herald is running around at top speed, man. MVP, where is he going? Oh my god, dude, he smells the tower.
We're bringing Herald to bot lane.
Holy.
Wait, if Herald gets a charge bot lane, this is incredible. There's a wave too. It's possible that Shelly gets another charge.
Yeah, the drag focus right now is going to keep them away from Shelly. And there we go. Big jump in from a B, followed in by Katarina in from top lane. QCPS coming down. A lockdown by mid B, trying to keep him into the fight. But Captor, Goach, and Valdiano are going to walk away with their lives, barely. K11 going down as well. No smite on the side of them, so maybe we're going to see a steal here, but how's going to hop the wall? They're scared to get it stolen. Yeah, get it pulled out, and make sure you lock down this objective, because they don't know what's across that wall.
Alberta has no interest in stealing the Jinx W. Tried. Jinx W tried, but
yeah,
not enough. Can we get a check on the bot tier 2? Did Shelly get the charge? I want to know if Shelly got a charge on that tower. I'm curious.
Yeah, tier 2.
It looked like she did on the tier 2, like just off of the mini-map. But I love the Tokyo Drift. The new mechanic is so funny.
It's so cool.
I'm such a big fan of that.
As a legacy player, not like a huge League player recently, it is cool to see these wacky new things. Okay, we got a replay of it. Oh,
did Shelly get it?
Look at this. Come on, kill those minions. Come on, girl.
No!
No!
Oh, right. I wanted the charge.
Oh, man. We got the bad ending, man. What a time.
Well, it's 3 Drakes for the side of UTM already. Again, we're looking at a 23-minute-ish soul. If U Alberta doesn't want to contest, this is the point where the game flipped on its head last time. We saw U Alberta challenge that 4th Drake, and off of Drake immediately turned for Baron. And again, this game, they've got as much damage. Diana's going to invest the ultimate into Katarina Blue. Katarina Blue flashes around the ultimate, but K11 is here, locked down. But the Jax is here with the Counter-Strike to defend. Oh, that could have been bad. Super Mega Death Rocket. Katarina Blue has to dash away. Great response time for Katarina Blue.
Captor and K11 there, man. Just they always show up when something's going on in these upper lanes, dude. It's really nice to see them just helping out and make sure that the kills don't get doled out too much. But man, the soul, as you've been saying, this soul is going to be explosive. Like, I'm not sure who's going to take it. The money says it should be UTM grabbing this soul with their fight advantage, but it may not be that story because right now Captor is so menacing. They always run from him, and if he gets those stuns, he swings the fight so quickly.
Yeah, I don't think it's really secured for either. With the fight in top lane, Solar Desire's locked down. I don't see a way out of this one. Tries to dash around. Just might forget to farm the wave. Surely we're not getting out of this. We just have to invest the ultimate, so we did have to invest the quickness from Rakan to secure that kill, but 3 versus 1, still enough to take down Solar Desire as the Diana now has 5 deaths, and the lead for UTM might not look like a lot, but mid, jungle, and ADC all are in very, very healthy positions. This is Aphelios critically with, no pun intended, Infinity Edge completed. Going to be outputting a lot of damage in these fights.
Certainly. They have all these different bounties over on the side of UTM right now. Stuff that could be claimed, but they looking so healthy. As we get the lockdown here, it's an ultimate from K11. Gonna see the knockup from him, B chasing down Valdiano. They're not finding anyone just yet, but they really scared Captor off of this fight. Man, Dajao Gu, as you said, he's doing so much damage. Oh my god, the long range shots. He's not even he's not even in the same area code he's hitting them, man. Like, what is going on here? Like, so much damage.
The green gun Moonlight Vigil was so close to just 100 to 0ing that Jinx. The Infinity Edge crits are incredible, and now UTM wants to pull one out. Sneak this Baron before U Alberta can respond. Jinx had the back. The Hex Gates will help them to get there quick. The Baron is already half burned. They have vision on this. 3,000 health left to go. There's no steal. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes close, but it's not enough. Jax wants to turn the fight on the mid-TV. Yone ultimate in, locking down the Malzahar. They'll get a pick. It's a shutdown onto the Jax in response. But the Baron is taken by UTM, and they are getting the hell out of there.
I don't know. Captor's still hanging around, too, and they could maybe take a tier 2 tower in mid lane if they really push for it. Yeah, they got some time, but the home guard is making them run really fast. There they are. Put some damage onto this, but they're about to get pushed back so badly if they utilize this Baron correctly on UTM's side.
Yeah, UTM with the Baron buff, but Alberta doing their best to push in all of the lanes, take what they can to stem the bleeding from this Baron power play, but it's going to need to be a lot more. 5 versus 4, they have them all isolated. The Ornn ultimate looks for someone, finds nobody. Malzahar's just come up. K11's going to absolutely execute the Diana, and a second one goes down. The Aphelios damage is here. Malzahar locks another down. It's a double kill for Dajao Gu. Looking for a third cleanse from the Milio. I'm choking on my words. Oh, they're just walking them down. It's another kill for Malzahar. And we critically... Ornn has hit the point where the item upgrades are coming through. And make a guess, based off the damage from that one fight, who got the first upgrade?
Oh my gosh, is that the Kraken Slayer upgrade? Yeah. Man, 0 deaths on him too. That bounty is huge right now for the Filio. Dan Xiaogu just doing the Lord's work out here. And here they are coming up to the first inhibitor turret, taking it down with ease. They've got 3 guys going for it and the inhibitor in tow. Possibly. Or are they scared of capture? Well, I guess the team's up now, so they got to be treading a little bit lightly. So, on their way out. Canary and Blue doing some good jobs in bot lane here. Make sure they get this tier 2. And
Lots of time.
Oh my gosh, they didn't see the writing on the wall. Everyone was waiting in the wings, and that's it for Soul Desires, a life for the next 40 seconds. And that becomes a 5-4 advantage for the Baron players right now.
Yeah, lots of time for UTM to close this out. They don't need to force any fights. They have the Baron buff for a little bit longer. The Diana now up to 7 kills, and U Alberta continues to fall significantly behind this UTM side. Capture might catch KLM, and Biolev's here. Gets the stun through the ultimate, but manages to flash out. Forces the flash, but nothing further.
They're really going to need that, these little picks on their home turf, but we're going to see an engage from a B here, followed by another knockup, double knockup gameplay. Huge AoE stun from good old Capture there. Caleb getting dangerously low, but it doesn't matter because there's so much DPS coming up from this back line right now. Go out of it. Danzo is blowing people up right now. He's got the front line in front of him now. So much going on. Valdiana goes down next, and there goes good old Capture is down to buy I Love You in the top lane. But they are walking away with everything right now. Oh my gosh, they have the Soul, they're coming off the Baron, nobody's left alive, they're pinging the inhibitor, they're walking down the mid lane. Victory lap.
This is just the end of the game. UTM, Jinx just disappeared in 2 autos.
That's it.
Like it has to be the game. The death timers. Jinx is up in 5, the rest of the team is up in another 10. They can just force these towers down if they want to contest. This is just over. And what started as such a close game, 26 minutes in, and UTM will close out the first map. Maybe not yet. They're gonna auto the Nexus, and that will be map 1 going to UTM.
Man, good stuff to UTM, man. Like they really came out here, and their scores were immaculate. 0 deaths on the Aphelios to cap it out there. 907, dude. Holy! Once we started noticing that he was getting a lot of the money, a lot of the investment, that's where it started to go well for them. And once again, not much Drake priority for Alberta this time around. And UTM just kept on top of it, gave none of them. Contested the Void Grubs a little bit, but then the Barons and the Drakes, they started stacking up. And man, so many buffs just making them strong, and they carried it to the victory.
Yeah, and a very, very big performance from the Aphelios of Dan Xiaogu, the favorite pick shining through. And since it is Fearless, we won't have to see it again, unfortunately. Right. But I believe we are just going to cut to a quick break until we get into the next map. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map 2, UTM versus U Alberta. UTM just took map 1. We'll see how the series goes. Welcome back, everybody. We're just about to get started with the draft for map 2 of this best of 3. If you missed map 1, just to recap, UTM just closed it out map 1 after a great performance from the Aphelios in the bot lane of Dan Xiaogu. As this is Fearless Draft, there will not be any of the recurring picks from last game. So the bans will count as whatever was played last game, which means no Aphelios, no Yone, no Diana. The key picks that we saw won't be in the game this time. Now, what is going to happen with it, I'm not entirely sure, because I don't know if they're still going to be able to ban. I've never used Fearless, but we are into the draft now, so we will go take a look at that. As you can see, the bans on the bottom of the screen, again, look targeted bans, so we're not sticking to true Fearless, it doesn't appear, but the picks will still follow at Senna, first pick for UTM.
Yeah, Senna's always been a pretty interesting one. Does a lot of damage at a lot of range and has some utility too. Some pretty cool support. Could be the AD as well. You never know, one or the other. And the bans
just
are
make
interesting
farming
too.
Senna more viable.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they also then just immediately nerf her into the ground after that? I forget what happened last patch.
Come on. Yeah, it depends on the time of the week whether or not she's good. But here we go. Varus and Ashe pick. So Ashe support probably then. She's got that Imperial Mandate marking people up for Varus to do some big damage.
Yep, and double range bot lane. We've seen Alberta have some interesting bot lanes. We had the double mage in the best of 1 before this, and now we have double AD. So we're flipping the table for that. And we have the Senna TK pairing for... Oh, wait, sorry. I'm doing this backwards. We're...
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But we had it right. I got confused. I'm like, wait a minute. Alberta's banning Seraphine? That's one of their picks. Never mind. So yeah, we're getting the Viego.
It can't be either any character from either team from any match, right? They might have broken the rules, huh? It's not true, Fearless, so...
Okay, so we're getting news that it might not be true Fearless. We're just going off what we know. We thought this was Fearless and that we weren't able to pick the Viego.
Yeah.
We'll find out. This Viego's been picked. Maybe they're just doing it the same team can't pick the same things.
Sure, sure.
So the Alberta picking the Viego is fine. We saw what it did last time. Strong carry.
Oh yeah, he came out on top for sure.
We have bot lane jungle picks for both. What I like, and this is what we saw happening yesterday, the R5 picks dominated every time, and Alberta has the R5 probably going to be left open for buy again.
No, it's definitely a good plan and should pay off for them. And look at the bans here a little bit too. So we see Gwen getting taken out, Jax on the flip side as well, and Hui, who I don't even know how to commentate for, like he does 27 or however many different things, right? Yeah, Nico also coming down, very, very good mage, so good you see and some trickery going on. Talia gets locked in here for Alberta. Decent character with some really cool CC and some interesting mix-ups too, you know, like get that wall, divide the opponents, make them make some bad decisions, and get into the good spots you want to be. So let's see what they got over here on UTM side. Karthus is
being
coming
locked
through.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I play a lot of ARAM, and Karthus is terrifying in ARAM because you just press R and everyone gets deleted. You can build whatever the hell you want. But here's the thing that's might be the issue again, and what I'm just now realizing is that's not Karthus. Okay, that's not Karthus jungle. That's Karthus mid.
Yeah,
because
Karthus mid.
Xin Zhao is already locked.
I think Karthus mid is like the first champ I bought like 12 years ago, man. He hasn't done that in a while either, so.
R5 was left for top. It is going to be Cassante. We saw the Cassante during the best of 1. Cassante into Aatrox. We see this matchup a lot in pro play.
Yeah.
Aatrox is a very strong pick as well. I was going to say we need to see, unfortunately, not really a carry because there's no consistent front line for the side of U Alberta. And with the double range, you need to have some type of tank. Viego Talia is not going to be enough. What I'm so curious on is this Karthus. Because I Never seen Karthus mid, personally. I don't see much Karthus in the first place. I see a jungle, and that's about it. Or a
I don't think we should be so surprised. He's a mage. He kills minions. I think he gets mana back if he kills a minion with a Q or something. So, hey, come on. It sounds good to me. It should work.
If it works, it works. It's a unique one that leaves picks open for game 3 if it should go that far. Obviously, with UTM winning that first map, they are only 1 map away from closing this out. It's going to be on Alberta to have to look for the reverse sweep. Now, we did this last game as well. I'm going to ask you, who do you think is going to win off this draft?
Oh, man. There's so many, like, inconsequential and just like interesting selections here. I always think that Atrox is like a really heavy hitter and he has potential to like pull games on his own 1v9. So if they do really well with him over on UTM side, that could be awesome. But once again, Cassante, who we saw in the prior match on the other stream, great job in the hands of Bai, man. Like he does a lot. He does a lot when he gets going. It's 2 characters in 1. He's a tank and then he's a DPS. Come on.
I might have to agree. So I chose UTM last time. I agreed that UTM was going to win. Off these comps, the only question mark for me is how can Alberta exploit this double range into the Senna TK? Senna TK is a very, very comfortable pairing. It's been used for literally years. And TK has a lot of protection to keep the Senna alive. I'm curious about this Karthus as well, because, again, I've never seen it. I don't know what to expect from this pick. Like, how is a Karthus Talia matchup? Like, that's a jungle matchup, not a mid lane matchup.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, man. It's gonna be a lot, but it's just 2 mages at the end of the day. Whoever wins a poke game or gets a good gank here and there should be working out, right? Xin Xiao is a very aggressive character that should be having some good times against Talia if he can dodge that knockback. So, but however, Karthus is going to have a really hard time getting away from Viego if he comes down. It's going to be really hard for him.
Yeah, and now I really just, I guess we're just going to have to wait. I didn't even say who I picked. I think UTM is going to close this out 2-0. I think that UTM is going to close this out 2-0. They had a very good performance in that game. So did Alberta, but I believe that UTM's got this one in the bag.
All right, yeah, they were really strong last game. So our prior match before this matchup here, like I thought Alberta was like really strong, and then they got kind of like a little bit stopped in the second half of last game. So it's scary, man. Like there's always bigger fish, right? it could be UTM in Alberta's case, and so far it is. Yeah. Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. We'll be still just waiting for the spectator delay to catch up, obviously, but I'm super excited. Best of 3, obviously the winner of this goes to the grand finals. Loser will still have a chance to make up some room in that 3rd place decider tomorrow, but as this is the last, or what could be the last for today, we'll have to just wait and see. We are just going to cut to a quick ad break. We're just going to play a quick ad. Thank you to our sponsors, TELUS. The show an ad. We'll be back in a couple minutes when Spectre Delay catches up for Game 2 of Alberta versus UTM.
When I first heard about the TELUS esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was absolutely stoked. You don't really hear about esports at all in Canada, let alone from a big company like TELUS. Canada does have a scene, and we do have people who are thriving towards getting us into that bigger picture.
2 versus 1, and it should be their game. The Bronze Manovas from second, now finally find first.
Simply put, the TELUS esports series is esports for everyone. It's our take on what we think the esports industry should look like and where we think it should go. It's way more fun to compete for something when there's something on the line. And the TELUS esports series gives players of all skill levels opportunities to experience that. We really want to make the gaming experience more fun for everyone, and we want to help the gaming industry evolve and grow the way that it should. And I think the time is right for it.
Welcome back, everybody. We are just about to get into game 2 of this best of 3 UTM versus U Alberta. We just saw UTM take down map 1 in what started off close, went into a very, very dominant game. As soon as the Baron came through, and it ended super strong with UTM. Very, very fed Aphelios. And now we're looking at 2 very different looks, as this is Fearless. So we'll have a lot different looks. Senna TK, a lot more of a late game comp that we're seeing on the side of UTM, as we do have a side swap with Alberta on the red side. K11's going to get forced to flash. Level 1, the 5-man invade still chasing down Katarina Blue. There's nothing to lock him down. Never mind, the stun is through. Exhaust used, but not enough for the kill. It's a lot of time, and the flash invested from Viego as well to try and get that kill for nothing. 2 flashes exchanged for a flash and exhaust.
Man, that felt so unfamiliar, dude. Like, we've just been seeing lineups all day, and now here we are, level 1 shenanigans. Aw, man, I wish that paid off, because they need that revenge, right? They're thirsty right now. After that, oh, man.
It's unfortunate that the flash is going to be forced, or the flash was forced for both sides. The flash from Viego will reduce some of the playmaking potential we'll have to see. Ash did also use exhaust to try to get that. Shouldn't be too impactful. These two don't really want a hard fight early. The Senna's not going to be too scary early, but later on that will come in handy. Now this Karthus mid, I don't know what to expect here.
Yes.
This feels like a troll pick to me, but I mean, mid TV was literally, I don't know, he was playing Malzahar the last couple of games. He's playing simple champs, where they have buttons that they press R and the other team dies. So maybe that's the theme, because Karthus does that too.
What's more simple than making a big circle and walking up to all your opponents and dying? That's the plan. There is no long-term investment with Karthus. The plan is to die and to do some damage. And then when you die, you continue to do damage. So hopefully you can have some big plays in the pits. Dragon and Baron and Grubs and all that. But only time will tell. As we do see the first big invade from Captor here, coming to the Shade, looking for the good old Gromp. A double buff on K11 here. If they want to turn this, they've got some potential here. And there's the Smite, and unlucky for K11.
Tulia had the roam to secure if there was going to be a fight, but none to happen. Tulia will come back in a mid lane. This feels like it should be a pretty easy matchup for the Tulia early game. Karthus with just a crystal and refillables just wants to sustain this lane, not get pushed out by the jungler or Tulia. They need to stay in lane as long as possible, and so far doing good. Hasn't needed to use any potions, but same can be said about both sides. Realistically, not a lot of early trading going on across the map. Just pushing up. Aatrox has Desante under tower. Bot lane, actually, looking for a fight. The double root in a B. The Abyssal Dive is in. The Lick's going to get Valdanio, and the first blood to Tom Kench, but Viego gets the reset. Now the center range, there's double AD here with the Viego, so this is still a lot. The Abyssal Dive to get out under tower, and a B will live. It's just 1 for 1.
And K11 waiting the wings here. He knows that his next camp is being stolen at the moment. Here comes the red ward. And lucky for him. And a big Slammerino cut to top lane there for Katarina as K11 cleans up those golems. And there's Captor. Man, he's really just chasing them off, man. Feels like this interaction has been going on forever.
That early fight, the first blood does go to the side of UTM, but it is to the Tom Kench. Crucially, that's not that big of a deal. No accelerated scaling for the Senna or anyone else. But the kill onto the Viego is good, even though it's not first blood. Just going to get a replay of how that happened early on.
Yeah, the double snare.
The double root baits him in to going for this, and while he gets the kill, it's first blood on a Tom Kench. Kill's still there. Viego gets the reset. There's almost enough damage from the Senna, but he had to cool down to dive back under the tower, thankfully, because that could have been disastrous.
Well, 1-1 and relatively the same amount of gold. Sounds pretty good to me. In terms of CS, relatively similar everywhere, except for, of course, Feasting Senna, giving all the CS over to good old a B on Tom Kench. But that always pays off. Once they start cracking those souls later, it's going to be paying off really well. Yeah. Mid lane too. It's kind of nice that it's been going neutral. Slight advantage for them. Lost chapter on the Karthus right now, so his mana's going to be doing really healthy for the time being. It's going to be really exciting to see Dan Xiaogu pop off lately. This last game, he was just so crucial to their victory, bringing so much damage and so much heat to that late game, early game farm. It's been really nice.
We just have to wait till we can get to that part of the game. So far, it's Senna. Senna takes a while to scale. We get the stacks going, and they become unstoppable. But as for now, Senna's lost both sums. It's early game Senna. Kind of just a wet noodle. Karthus ult just a poke. Oh, actually, almost kills Valdania. I didn't even see this. That's a lot of damage. And as I was saying, no accelerated scaling for the Senna, but now 2 kills here. Captain looks to equalize. We'll take out the Senna. Doesn't want to reset. Just keeping this melee going on with the TK. 2 kills for the side of Senna, but 1 in response.
K11 making some quick work right here of the Void Grubs. Make sure that they have that advantage in the jungle. Man, but Min V going for that pop, and it really paid off for his team too. Here comes the replay here.
That's gonna be that's gonna be pretty valuable for them, and unfortunately, a little bit of an issue with the replay there, but you saw it quickly, just very quickly. If you caught what happened,
internalize it.
Clip it, slow it down to 0.25x, and you'll be fine.
And this is a new one here.
Have a pause. Yeah. So we do just have a short pause. Unfortunately, Katarina Blue did disconnect. So we're just waiting for a little bit just for Katarina Blue to come back. Hopefully it's not long. Hopefully the issue comes in, gets resolved soon. We saw some chat messages saying there was just some lag issue. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. 1K gold lead so far for the side of UTM early.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the replays here in the match, a recap of what's been going on, and hopefully they can make it back out onto the board soon. But yeah, over here, we're going to see that Karthus ultimate in real time as, man, it really just pops that Valdania on the Ashe along with good old Goach. And then cool little follow-up here from a good old Captor. Make sure that he can find some kills afterwards. And I was really hoping that Tom Ketch is going to duel that out. Even though he's not going to win, it just felt like he had a chance, you know?
Yeah, and we are back live. Thankfully, Katarina Blue has reconnected. We're just a little bit of a freeze. A client bug every time this pauses. It happens. We love the league client, don't we?
Always will.
Bear with us. Bear with us. It's getting there. League client has some funny business when we have the pauses. Hopefully it's not long. Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're coming back. I know you want to keep looking at us, like we do too, but we're going back to live. I promise. The game's there.
We've got proof.
Invade from Captor and Solar Desire, just wanting to take the red away from the Xin Zhao, because Xin Zhao is actually invading on top side. Might want to look for a dive onto this Cassante, as they are only about half health. Katarina Blue can get a wave up there. Doesn't look like they want to. Xin Zhao's just going to counter jungle. Both teams trading opposite quadrants. And
quadrants. That's a very particular term. Yeah.
The quarters. They're quadrants.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. You're so down for his layman's, man. Yeah. But yeah, we're out here. Goach and Valdiana holding on the bot lane here. But man, here comes the Abyssal dive down from a B. Not going to find too much unless he gets a stun there. One more auto attack would have sealed the deal. Yeah, that's true. He can definitely eat somebody. Dan Xiaogu, however, does not have the ultimate to lock down any shields or anything. But man, getting chased. Luckily, he's got that great health that's going to regenerate for him there. So it's not the end of the world. It's taking that poke. And, I feel like we haven't visited top lane at all this game, huh? What do you think, boys?
It's the classic top lane island of we're just going to farm the waves until we have to do something. Aatrox has been doing well into this matchup. It's a little bit rough for the Cassante, but still doing fine, down about 20 CS. Flipped from what we saw last game. Now, Bai Loves You relegated to tank duty, and K11 looks like they want to dive here. There's another wave coming in. Kasante's unstoppable, pinned against the wall, could go all out, goes all out over the wall. A lot of damage, but the Aatrox has healing, gets away, and the Karthus ultimate actually isn't enough for the kill. Karina Blue's back over, but Captor takes him out. The mind control from Vi, and it's the kill for the I almost had Aatrox. The Viego, who's currently Aatrox, still fighting. 1 versus 2. Heartbreaker for the reset onto Xin Zhao, and Captor could keep fighting because Talia's here.
That's so unfortunate for the Karthus, man. Like he, dude, Kasante had like a bramble vest, and he lived that. There's no way. And our friend over here, Karthus, he's packing a malignance and it didn't pay off. So yeah, maybe I should start doubting.
Too for that ult.
Yeah, I should start doubting. Oh man, the reason we don't see it often. But Dark Seal in his pocket now. He's ready. He's out here ready to get some kills.
The goal is even if not the kills, the assists off the team fights from the ultimate.
Yeah, it counts. It counts to the Seal. And here comes a B with the Abyssal Dive once again. Valdiano is going to get rooted, but unfortunately he himself is going to be a bit too far behind. It's going to come down to a big ultimate chomp there to lock him down. Goach is on the wrong side of the lane, but here comes Captor in tow to help out against the fight here. Following in with the stun, getting Dan Zhao Gu. He's got a go right there that you can pop into. And now he's the center.
This is getting scary. This is getting very scary. This Viego is so fed. The Viego's at 5 kills. Viego can 1v2 this. He's CC'd enough, but Viego can find the resets. Everybody is low in this fight. Goach still autoing. Stun is the Viego with the shutdown to the... Oh my god, I forgot the character. K11 gets the shutdown. Goach gets one back. The crucial stun interrupts the Spectral Maw, and it's not enough to get the kill. But it is 1 for 1 at the end of the day.
Man, what a messy fight they just had there. But in the end, as you said, a couple kills doled out. Nothing too crazy.
This Viego is so fed.
Yeah.
Sitting at 5-1-1. Kraken Slayer fully completed. Already on the way to the second item.
We should know
the
as
gold
well.
lead actually behind, but that would be because all of the lanes right now seem to be winning when it comes for UTM.
One thing as well, Viego dropped the bounty when he died there as well. So they're ahead in money on the UTM just due to that fact. I think it was like 600, 700 gold that was doled out. Man, here they go once again in top lane, just dueling it out as they always do. And oh yeah, Brutalizer's back in the game. He's packing a Brutalizer on the Aatrox right now. Updated HD artwork. Yeah, and here comes K11 making good use of these Void Grubs here. They've been so great about trying to keep these objectives in their pocket for this whole matchup.
But they're going to secure more than the 4 as well.
Yeah, that's huge. Are they going to go for the full 6 then? Yeah, they got the full 6 after they do that.
No contest, and the dive in bot lane. Karthus ultimate will secure the kill. It does go to Dan Zhao Gu. The teleport's in, protected by the TK, trying to speed away. Going to sacrifice himself for the Senna, but both might go down. Dan Zhao Gu goes down as well, and Varus gets the double kill.
Man, what a tough one there for them. Like, they are, man. When Captor starts cooking, man, he finds so many kills. That heads-up teleport was so effective, too. Really brought them back into the match there. And here comes the second Drake for the side of Alberta. And the teleport coming in the bot lane here. They're going for a Goach. They pointed them out. Here comes the flash. Katarina Blue's gonna chain them down and knock them out with that 3-piece Q. 600 gold shutdown going into the favor there of Katarina Blue.
Now it is a Cloud Soul, so the double Drake stacking on the side of Alberta. Not going to be very big. Mint B has to flash out. Senna ultimate for the shield. A little bit of damage, but flicked back by the Talia. Not enough damage to get the kill, but that was very, very close with the flick back.
Yeah, it's getting a bit dicey there for our good old Karthus. Yeah, no shame there that Solar Desire definitely knows what they're doing on Talia. They've set up some really nice combinations, great Qs into great knockbacks. It's going to pay off a lot late game, especially when they start putting that wall up. Dude, build the wall, you know? They're going to make sure that they can mess up this fight all over the map. And here comes a setup here in bot lane. Goach is under the tower here, shooting best he can against his two aggressors, Dan Zhao Gu and the B. But they're going to find a couple hits on them, as well as some damage into the tower.
Valdano is just getting isolated by the Karthus, and Karthus mid. Valdano overstepping on this Ashe. 5 deaths for the Valdano. That's a bit of a misplay. Just alone in mid lane trying to fight the Karthus. And now Katarina Blue might get punished as well. Karthus ultimate just to push them back. That Karthus ultimate is doing a lot of damage. 2 stacks of the Dark Seal with Storm Boots completed. Solar Desire jumped on by K11, and that's 300 gold into the pockets of the Xin Zhao. And the gold lead expands to just about 2,000 for UTM.
Yeah, despite the dragons, that gold is starting to stack up for UTM, man. And they do have the Void Grubs that we've been talking about, all 6 of them in their pockets. So when they start pushing these side lanes later, it's going to go so fast. Carrying Blue under tower here, going to find a little bit of poke on to buy. I love to, as maybe they're going to go to a bit of a matchup, but nah, they're gonna opt to maybe end this aggression.
Yeah, the threat of this Aatrox in the side lanes with the buff is definitely going to be an issue as this game goes on. Now, the Viego is the main power point for the side of Alberta, but getting a bit iced out. Still sitting at about the same amount of items that we saw last time. He does have the 5 kills. He's still not to be underestimated, but he's also very squishy, and so far he's been, well, not underestimated, and it looks like there was just a solo kill. Cassante just isolates the Aatrox, will take the solo kill into Katarina Blue. It's the Cassante moment, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Cassante to start making it happen this game, especially later on. But here comes Goach slowing down a B along with Valdiano. They're just firing arrows. The 2 Rangers are in pursuit. Solar Desire is here on the Talia to try and help out this tower. And once again,
everybody's here.
Captor is going really deep, but you're going to see the ultimate come out from a B, saving good old Down Dragoon. And the turnaround is looking really good right now. Yeah, K11 has got that huge ultimate in tow. And here we go. It's bad odds, but Captor is so low. He's just trying to inch for it. But here comes the ultimate from good old mid B to lock down a kill and put some more damage on these guys. Malignant's leaving those puddles on the ground. Cranial Blue going top speed, but I think they're just a little bit too far.
The Karthus ultimate was a little bit late there. I'm not sure if that just came up off cooldown, but it got its impact and more Dark Seal stacks secured for the Karthus.
And here comes a replay of top lane Cassante. He's been hanging out here, stalking in the bushes. Get a couple good old CS, as in the live, he's actually making this tower go down. Speed up here, though. Let's see what he does with his Aatrox. Amazing. He's got that CC combo.
All out in the middle of the lane.
Speed. Oh, all right. And back on live, he gets a tower. Look at this. Is the kind of man you want, dude. Look at that. Look at that hard work he's putting in there. Solo kill, tower kill. He's like, we're bringing this game back. And as he does that, the gold lead is squished down to just under a K.
It's just about even. And Bai has been the player to watch that has pulled these games back and secured the games when they've had the lead. On Cassante doesn't just mean they're relegated to tank duty. Obviously, Cassante, it's not just a tank. They're a tank until they don't need to be anymore. Perfect pick in this game so far, and it looks like they might have a mid lane collapse. The arrow will miss, but Bio loves you here to collapse. No flash to connect. And will get rooted. They're just going to run away.
Really out of position here as they get pursued by Alexi. His friends are coming along now. Captain's going to miss the stun, unfortunately. They're going to see a lot of ultimates popping out here. Here comes the root down to Bai. He's having trouble getting in. But then you see Katarina Blue do some big damage with their Q combo chaining down Bai. And along the way here, Down Blue trying to get some damage in. But K11 is too low to engage. B is just not so healthy. Here comes the Requiem doing some damage. Min V picking up a kill, hurting everyone down to low HP and just making it advantageous for them. And it looked entirely lost, but that really just swings it in their favor in terms of this result here.
Karthus mid is starting to pay off a little bit. It secured a lot of these kills with a 500 gold bounty, now upgraded to a Mejai's as well. This is a big Karthus who, even if they're just sitting in the back under their tower, they press R and they've got their impact for the team fight.
He's Fountain Karthus, man. He's got that stacking AP. He's got that AP ultimate related item, Malignance. Yeah. he knows what he's about, and he's making it happen for him. And here we are on the drag, a bit of an awkward situation. And B is alone in the pit. His buddies are waiting out in the stands. But here comes the wall, trapping everybody to go the long way around, unfortunately. So they're going to have so much priority here unless Danjiao Gu and Academy of Blue can find their way into the pit. Little by little, they're inching in here. Ultimate from Danjiao Gu, big damage. Chains are going to be escaped by a flash. Fire is getting a little bit low. A B is a little bit low. The peel is not going to be available. They have a crazy knockup from Solar Desire to secure a kill. Going to be a bit too short on the Brute as Academy of Blue gets run down anyways, and they are in full pursuit. They unfortunately did not get the dragon there, but they did find a couple kills in reparations for it. And did he just went into the Herald. He's running it off
escape.
now. Good old Shelly.
It's the
so
escape
hilarious. Speed Racer, Tokyo Drift. Oh my gosh, he is out of there.
The escape pod comes in, and Shelly might be able to, if he can push this wave in, he might get a charge too.
Come on, Shelly. MVP every game.
I love this new mechanic. The Rift Herald mechanic is so fun.
Dude, check out my wheels. And he gets in the ride. And there's Captor trying to make his way around in the mist here, finding a stun onto the backline. Gonna see a B popping the ultimate to keep his friend safe and out of combat. Doing some big damage onto Bai, but Bai in tow is gonna block his own ultimate. Goes down, unfortunately, as they're gonna flip back around, and Katarina Blue is coming through the wings here. Big damage, gonna slam Go. Gonna find another kill on to Goach. The whole team, it's an ace, it's a double kill. They are in full control right now. They have some priority. They are making their way down to the Baron pit. They want to see that purple man about some buffs that he owes them, and it's time to really swing this game back in their own favor. Gold lead of 2K, objective lead about to happen here possibly, and there we are, boys.
And the game has once again flipped on its head. Alberta overstepping in the bot lane fight. I Loves You goes under tower, starts taking shots. The arrow does connect on Katarina Blue, but the Baron is already half health. Diego is alive. I don't think anyone is going to be able to get here on time. This Baron is gone, and UTM now almost 4K gold ahead. They're going to pop the Karth Assault just for a little bit of chip damage, scare anyone off from fighting. And I say it's just a little bit of chip damage, but Varus and Ashe are half health just off of the ult.
Yeah, man. Malignance 15 stacks, dude. Oh, he's got the Shadow Flame. Oh, shit. Ditto.
If you are below 30% health, you're not living no matter what.
It's over, dude. We got to see a little bit more MR coming out for a good old Bai here, because he's going to start getting chipped out by his little despair that we're going to see Karthus running soon. Man, and these teleports have been awesome for the side of UTM. 3 teleports on the team makes them unpredictable. They can go wherever they want. They can be anywhere. They're in the walls, you know? And yeah, we're seeing some Fog of Warhammer here. They are hiding down here in the bushes. They're going to see what they're going to do here. A B's walking into a trap, possibly. Captor is checking it out with the sweeper. Here comes the stun. They're going to follow it up with a bunch of CC. A perfect setup. Abyssal dive ain't going to be enough. He doesn't even have time to dive out of there. And there we go. He'll use it for him.
Yeah, I've just realized that this Karthus pick is actually just the hard, it's literally just the hard counter to Cassante. Cassante pops all out, they drop the 40% HP.
That doesn't matter.
Karthus presses R,
for, right?
Karthus presses R, Shadow Flame crits, dead.
Oh man.
It's actually just a Cassante counter. I've just realized this.
Like, even if you kill him, it doesn't matter. He has 6 seconds to make it happen. Karthus has all the time in the world.
And he is very, very ahead as well. 200 CS, 500 gold bounty. Now, UTM has not really been able to exploit this Baron push so far. The wave clear from Alberta has prevented them from being able to do much with the double range, double ADC. There's a lot of wave clear potential with the Talia as well. Flash Abyssal dive gets the knock up on the Talia. Solar Desire needs to get out. Swallowed by TK, spit back out and dies. Mitvi is on a rampage. I Loves You still trying to frontline, but the Karthus ultimate is here. This is where it's big. The critical, not enough, but the burn won't catch the kill either. 3 members making 4 low. Still engaging. Senna's here, stops it back, has to flash. Everybody is low, and Danjiao flashing for another. 2 found so far. He's unstoppable, but it's not gonna matter. Captor looks for the kill, will isolate the Senna, but the reset's not enough. Manages to take one back, but it's 3 for 1, and the Baron buff has 2 members with full waves at their towers.
Oh my gosh, look at these grubs too. They're really paying off right now. 2 at a time. Here come the inhibitors as well. Lots of respawns on the side of Alberta. They have a chance to respawn. Baya loves you is up as well. He's definitely forced to be reckoned with, but they're going to lose a mid inhibitor, unfortunately. By trying to get them out of here. Chained up, going into unstoppable mode, walking his way out. And here comes the Abyssal dive out of there. Oh, we did see an ultimate popped by Katarina Blue, unfortunately, the Destroyer here. And, yeah, making his way around. Oh, right on time for Dragon. No wonder they were leading.
Yeah, I just want to secure this drag. It is just Cloud, so there's no big soul potential. No one's really even close to a soul. I don't think we'll get 2 on this game, but the Drake is taken by UTM. Second Drake in a 7K gold lead, which is absolutely ballooned in the last couple of seconds. We'll get a replay of this fight. Swallowed by the TK. This is what started everything. Talia drops early. With the TK wanting to fight still, there's still enough front line. While Captor tries to get in, the Cardinus ultimate just chunks everyone out, and this fight just stalls. The ultimate had so much value because it just completely removed Alberta's ability to fight. And we're back on live. There's another fight. Cardinus ultimate is used again, right, and Nippy's unstoppable. Half health. Ash turns to 0 at a press of a button, and now this just feels like formalities. Cardinus ultimate's not even that long of a cooldown at this point.
Oh, but we do see Solar Desire making a wall there. Unfortunately, Katarina Blue just jumps over to joining the fray. Maya loves you backing up here as K11 goes a little bit too far, but they do have some friends. Katarina Blue and a B in tow going down for Vi. Back up Flash. He's gonna eat him at like 1 HP. Give him the shield out of there. Solar Desire has to leave, unfortunately. Mint D is leading the charge now. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy big Q damage right now. He's got the spare on the engage too. There's so much that Karthus can do. Captor waiting in the mist here. There's still potential for a couple kills to be dished out if they want to re-engage, but it's questionable about who's gonna get him. Dan Zhao,
just sharp
shooter. He's gonna find it with that ultimate, huh?
And a perfect shot straight down the mid lane. We'll find one. The super minions at the inhibitor. This is looking rough. The Baron is up in a minute. It's going to just have to be what can UTM do until then. But unfortunately, a B is going to get locked down. He's so tanky. They are going to melt through him with 3 there. It's another kill for Viego. But this gold lead is still 7,000 in the favor of UTM, with Baron up in 40 seconds.
Yeah, 40 seconds to the big purple again. They were so good at
completed
capitalizing.
full stack Medjais.
Oh my god, okay. Can we see how much AP this guy? 720,
720
man. He's
AP
not going
for the Karthus.
360, man. He's going around the world twice. 720, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. He is the world, dude. No matter where you are, he's turning that book. He's checking out who he's getting next, dude. Doing a little bit of researching. Oh my gosh, dude. What a guy, dude. 25 matches. Okay, this is just really impressive. 0 deaths, by the way. 0 deaths.
We were confused about the pick. We were like, is this really going to be worth it? I think it's gotten its value this game.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see some of the final value come out here, maybe. If this might be the last chance for good old Alberta here. If they lose this engagement in the Baron area, it could be it. But they're hanging out in mid lane right now. Captor hanging out in the mist, making sure they don't know where he is exactly. But they're all shown now, 5 to 4. Karthus is not. Karthus ain't even showing up. He knows what he needs to click.
Sitting underneath the mid tier 2, just spectating his team. All he's doing is living to press R. This must be the most engaging game of all time for ATV.
Yeah. And there we go. The R is coming out, and they're gonna follow it up with a bit of a charge here. Ultimate gonna snipe out Nanjak Gil onto Valdiano. Abyssal dive going through, trying to catch up with Goach and everyone else. Kind of Blue, unfortunately, getting stunned to disengage, and we're gonna have to see an entire back down. This is just gonna be a full give of the Baron. And they're going to have maybe one last chance at the base to defend against this Baron, because they are coming down. 6 Void Grubs, Baron buff, stacked Karthus, Malignant. Like, they are set up right now. And a B is doing his job.
Karthus Qs are doing like 800 damage to Baron, by the way.
Oh my god.
Karthus is killing the Baron in like 12 Qs. This is insane. This is not a level I thought we'd get to see from this Karthus, and more gold. We might be about to see a full build. No, not yet.
He's got
just
one more item.
the alternator. We're waiting for one more item still.
Yeah.
But the Baron secured nearly a 10k gold lead. It's going to take a miracle for Alberta to get back into this.
Okay. Oh my god. The betrayal on the blast cone there.
Oh no.
Captor is fully he got caught. That's it. Who was it? Who's the culprit there? Goach. Goach giving a bit of a sacrifice there. I guess electing a sacrifice to be made in his favor. And that is a 4-5 advantage now. Baron on the board. Okay, this is not going so hot in this given moment. A missile dive coming down from Valdiano, chasing in. There goes the last Requiem. Almost a one-shot onto some of these lads. And Goach is going to pass the wall last second to escape K11.
Yeah, this just feels like formalities. I think we've hit a point where Karthus is so ridiculously fed. No one has MR. There's a cape on 2 players. Nobody has MR. We have a Karthus with a fully stacked Magi's, Rabadons, everything completed. Inhibitor taken. Baya Loves You almost dies in the 1v1 to Dan Chao Du with the help of the Karthus. Oh, wait, never mind. He just killed Aatrox. I missed that. Sorry, guys. That wasn't the 1v1. That was disrespectful. Anyways, he does die to the Xin Zhao, and this feels like it's just the final formalities. The game wrapping up. 11k gold lead. Karthus ultimate still on cooldown, so not enough. But Dan Chao Du, the ultimate from Xin Zhao to push back. Waiting for the waves, just clearing everything. Teleport coming in from Katarina Blue to push in the top. All 3 inhibitors. The towers are being focused down. This looks like it's going to be on the double knockup, double stun, and everybody on the side of Alberta will drop. It's a double kill for Aatrox, and the Nexus will go, and UTM will go to the finals.
And that's it. That's it. Victory screen for UTM. 2-0ing Alberta. Alberta being a very tough team to beat over the course of this event, and thanks to them for showing up, and they did a great job too. Like all around, like entertaining matches. It's so even to a certain point, and then there's these big swings, right?
Yeah, that again. Game 2 started just like Game 1. It's a little bit even. We saw a little bit of an early lead for Alberta. It was kind of flipping back and forth, but there was one key fight, and that Karthus just kept scaling. The Dark Seal that kept stacking, upgraded to Magi's. Like, how do you counter that? I don't know how you counter that. You cannot let Karthus get to that point. And we were confused about ever doubt Karthus mid again. You have sold me. You've convinced me. That was incredible. You press R and the entire team. I want to know the total damage from that game. That's what I want to see. I want to know how much damage Karthus did in that one game. Very well played by UTM. They will be booking their ticket to the grand finals. Let me see if we can get that number. So
yeah,
40k damage from the Karthus. For comparison, the next highest was the Varus at 26k. And the Varus was putting in work. 40k damage just pressing R. That's incredible. You've sold me mid-V. True Strike too. I didn't even see a True Strike. Yeah, makes sense. That's probably where a lot of the gold came from too, because that's a lot of damage. I'm impressed. Well done, UTM. Congratulations on your trip to the CIE Grand Finals. Yeah. You Alberta, well played by both teams. They will still have a chance in the 3rd place match tomorrow. Be sure you come back tomorrow, because we will have both the 3rd place match going on the B stream and the Grand Finals on the main stream right here. That's it for me. I won't be casting tomorrow. I don't believe Melon is either. You can prove me wrong if I'm not. So that's it for us. Melon, do you have anything else you want to say before we go?
Oh, I'm just glad we got to watch some awesome matches, man. Good to see Alberta, good to see UTM, good to see UBC. That's how we got to cast tonight, and it's a good time to hear Waterloo's been going crazy out of the stream as well. They even have 2 casters from Waterloo, so they got the whole Waterloo kingdom going on right now. So we're gonna see how they do. Are they done in the other stream yet? Do we know?
They're in the other stream. I don't know if they're done yet. We'll have to go look. Everyone, if you're watching this stream and we're still here, go
check it out.
Go to the other stream if they're still playing. Go show them some support. Obviously, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's been an honor to cast the CIE. I've had so much fun. Melon, thank you so much for joining me, and of course, the lovely producer behind the scenes that's been helping us do all of this. Well played by both teams. Make sure you come back tomorrow for the finals and 3rd place. Thank you to our sponsors, BMO, Next Level, and TELUS. Again, remember we're running a giveaway, hashtag CIE 2024 in the chat. They will be rolling a giveaway. I don't believe we're rolling that giveaway right now, are we? Can I get an update,
not us.
producer?
It's got to be later on kind of thing. Yeah.
Did I get an update on it just to be sure? They'll be rolling it later. Just type it in chat. Get your giveaway in. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That's going to be it for us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night, everybody.
When I first heard about the TELUS esports series, I was like, there's no way.
I was absolutely stoked. You don't really hear about esports at all in Canada, let alone from a big company like TELUS.
Canada does have a scene, and we do have people who are thriving towards getting us into that bigger picture.
2 versus 1, and it should be their game. The Bronze Bonobos from second, now finally find first.
Simply put, the TELUS esports series is esports for everyone. It's our take on what we think the esports industry should look like and where we think it should go. It's way more fun to compete for something when there's something on the line. And the TELUS esports series gives players of all skill levels opportunities to experience that. We really want to make the gaming experience more fun for everyone, and we want to help the gaming industry evolve and grow the way that it should. And I think the time is right for it.